I can choose.
Yes.
Just to be worn by my beast ship.
Hello everybody, welcome to Dragons in the Dining Room. It is Adventures of Loromir tonight, and we're starting a little bit late because I forgot what time it
I have
is.
48 after that.
So,
I have 75.
we are currently in the process of finishing the leveling up process of the
Yay!
characters because Yay Guild Challenge game.
Woohoo!
So we just need to keep doing guild challenges,
Yeah.
and then we'll go ding, 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 ding.
10 more guild challenges, let's do it.
Not necessarily.
Let's not. I'm good for a while.
Yeah, when we were doing the test for Dragon's Discourse, it was working on my phone too.
Okay.
So, I don't know.
that was weird.
It probably was just an issue with.
Is it working now?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Cool.
Ah, my neck hurts.
So yeah, I'm not sure why it wasn't working then. Twitch is kind of goofy sometimes.
Twitch was twitching.
So yeah, right. So while they're doing that, a couple of really big things. It's been hello, Dr. Leach.
Hey, Leech.
I'm glad you could join us.
Yeah, I'm working too, so.
It has been a week since we did our Hello Nina, since we did our 24-hour stream. Most of us have recuperated from it just fine. Some of us are still reeling from it.
So we're doing another one right now.
No.
This is our
I love you,
Hour 3.
but I would murder you.
Murder me?
Yeah, because you suggested it.
You specifically.
Can you possibly make that one size bigger?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, thank you.
Pout. None of my other
As long as I
slots
figure out
go
where my
up.
mouse went.
I do get another cantrip.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. So with that, I don't have a final number on how much poundage of food we got.
Poundage.
Honey,
Yeah.
poundage of food.
72 is the final number.
72
Nice.
pounds of food, so we
Nice.
just fell short of our goal there of 100 pounds, but I'm not complaining. That was a lot.
Considering we made up and how much money
Well,
there
and
is.
that's
2100 just about.
well,
getting
and we
more.
didn't take into account any of the mail-ins, and I know we had a few of those, so I'm willing to make a conservative amount of $22.50 is what we raised.
Wow. I've been telling people 2100, so.
Yeah, I think it's closer to $22.50 because I know that at least one person has failed to mail in their donation and said they would get onto it very soon.
I think I know who you're talking about,
Yeah.
maybe?
Yeah, was talking to us yesterday.
Yeah, okay. That's what I thought.
And about talking to us yesterday, we did our first test of the new overlay for the new show that will be showing up on bless you.
Lord bless him.
The new show that we'll be doing on Monday nights, Dragon's Discourse. According to everybody that was able to pop in and give some input, it looks like things are working well for it. Still making a few minor adjustments so that we can use other softwares. But yeah, whole bunch of fun stuff, and there is some work going into a new feature that will be brought into our Dragons in the Dining Room lineup, but that I don't expect to happen until closer to summer. I'll just let you know that it will involve a lot more of you into what's going on.
Oh.
I already brought it up to you guys.
What was that, Tay? Okay.
I
Text
don't
me.
remember.
No. It's fine, just continue forward.
Oh, thanks, yeah.
Okay.
Because right now we're kind of in a pause
Oh.
while you guys are doing this.
Pause. Crunchy apple.
Whoop, wrong person. I almost told Ben what I was trying to tell you.
Now I have commune with nature.
Is there an element that Mira leans towards?
Well,
Chaos.
What's-
Smash.
yeah.
That's not an element. Never mind. Forget I asked you guys.
Well, wait. I guess what would be nature? Is there an element for that would respond to nature? Not really.
Technically, no.
Okay. Sorry, no.
Okay. That's fine. I just was.
So, I guess I should do a wrap up of my session.
do have
Good
a
idea.
DM question
I do have a
because we
DM
never talked about
Oh.
this. For sorcerer, will you let me switch out one spell when I level?
That's canon. So yes.
Okay, will you let me switch out more than one then? Because you're cooler than canon?
Depends on why and what.
Okay. A spell that I chose that I misread and didn't understand when I chose it.
Is that the only spell you want to change?
There's two I'd like to switch out, but one of them's a cantrip.
You cannot change cantrips.
Okay, then never mind.
But come here and let me see what you're talking about.
Thank you, see. Commune with nature.
Because I have
I got 2 more
tidal wave and
expertise.
flow of water. I want to switch one of them out. Because I don't need both. Because I get another 4th level and I get a 5th level.
Okay, I need to figure out what spells I'm taking because I can take 2 spells from any class.
Infestation. But I'm not worried about it because I can still use it. And it actually fits better.
Wow. Do you, have you ever read or seen Commune with Nature?
The ones from...
It's awesome, isn't it?
I can do it for free now as a ritual.
That's cool.
And I get all my answers from a ghost
I
wolf.
saw one from Xanathar's Craig.
That one you'll have to bring up to me out.
Okay.
I'll spark notes you while you're looking stuff up.
Wait.
I'd be...
Weezy, hello my brother.
Hey, Weezy.
And we have another host by Sandamanakits.
Thank you,
Thank
Sam.
you,
Appreciate it,
Sandamanakit.
Sandamanakit.
So I briefly become one with nature.
A wrap up of last game, the team finally managed to defeat the guild challenge and came out victorious, learning that their opponents, the Honor of the Pride, were all but completely wiped out. The only survivor at the end was Hakuden, who happens to be sitting at the table right now. Thank you for the host, Sikazilla.
Thank you for the host.
Thank you.
That's where his leading
Oh,
spell
Super
works.
Mario 3. I played that game so much.
Oh, I love Super Mario 3.
And the group, celebrating their hard-won victory, looked at Hakuden and said, "Hey, your guild seems kind of..."
Sucks.
As it was so
Such a weird
eloquently
thing.
put by Maren,
I'm sorry.
and made the offer to take Hakuden into the Boar's Head. Hakuden very gracefully said thank you, and I will think about it.
Well,
They then invited Hakuden over for a party at the Boar's Head, where they were getting well on their way into a drinking contest when all of a sudden Ilfakir was ensorcelled or entranced by the...
I just want to say sorcerer.
Hello, Sandamanakit, it's good to see you on
Hey.
the channel.
Yay!
Thanks, buddy.
Ilfakir was caught up by the music that has been in the back of her head this entire time, and the group tried to figure out what's going on. While they were doing that, Naivara had disappeared off into her room so she could talk to her sword.
That's
That
what we
just
call it
sounds
these days.
weird.
I know,
No, it sounds accurate.
but it is...
Well, he could have said played with herself.
I could have made that much more worse than it
Thank you
was.
for not.
And as you were attempting to get into meditation and speak with your sword, you were interrupted as you were called down to see that Karana had wrapped up Ilfakir.
A specific Mirren yelled very loudly,
Yes,
which is what he normally does.
which is why nobody was surprised.
Yeah.
And Vistra, in a moment of clarity, cast a spell that allowed her to seek out forgotten knowledge in regard to this song, and learned that indeed Elandra was correct in her supposition, and there is a musical instrument that was crafted to control the dragon. However, at the end of that vision, it was left with the instrument floating in darkness.
The pan flute of dragon speak.
Impersonate me.
And that is where we left off, is with them wondering what to do next, and Ilfakir strongly suggesting going and looking for the source of this music. So that is where we will pick up, is in the inn, in the Boar's Head.
Can I get rid of all of my spells and take one 9th level spell?
Hello, the Liching Hour.
Wish.
No, Storm of Vengeance.
Yeah, right. Very true, Liching Hour. Storm of Vengeance. Why? Why would you want that?
Because it looks freaking amazing and it's going to be 4 years before I could ever use it.
So did that pop up? Oh, you did see it. Good. I thought
Yeah.
you'd like that. You
He
gotta
must
tell Turkey he's gotta pop in on the grouch couch so he can see his too. I had fun with his. You don't add points to yourself. Yeah, have Turkey pop in because you should see what I did for the grouch couch. I'm still waiting on TT2KB to send me there so I can play with their logo.
I know Wheezy said in Mario 3,
Yeah.
but now I've got the Mario 2 cave theme stuck in my head.
Maybe I'll take Witch Bolt.
Do 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 do.
You know, I would hook you up, but I was very generous on our last handful of streams, and I think I gave out over 30,000 dragon skills to everybody.
No,
I
it's
have to show off.
it's a little wow. That is
I finally
nice.
had to organize it.
That's awesome.
Yes.
No, it's funny because this is the third time Sigazilla said hook a brother up today.
Mm-hmm.
Because we went to unspecified food location and we ordered for the whole shop, and they were like, "Do you want any sauces?" And he's like, there was a pause for a second, and
They're like, how many sauces do you want?
and Sig was like, "Hook a brother up."
And they did.
They did.
Oh, that's
Unspecified food location. Thank you.
I know you would use it for DM advantage, but watch and earn more. However, if anybody at the table who never ever uses their points wants to donate some,
I donate my points all the time.
I've been using
I'm
mine
not
for
saying
loot
that
boards.
you don't. I'm just saying that you could.
How do you
Krabby, I'll use them for fire.
What's that?
How do you donate?
Add
What did we want to tell Krabby?
name.
Oh!
Oh,
Well,
okay.
can we get a second, Joe, before you go on?
Reppin has been a minion for
Yay!
7 months.
Krabby, at our shop game this morning.
You were brought up.
Oh yeah, you would be extraordinarily proud. So we had some, what were they?
They were Gith Yankee.
Gith Yankee Knights. Like 10 of them or more.
Fun.
And they were perfectly in the range of a fireball for most of them. And our wizard, Dr. Leach, who's still in chat possibly,
Woo!
did a maximized fireball on all of them. Which would have done it, what was it, 64? I think it's 64,
Yeah,
right?
64.
If they failed, it would do 64 to one person. So he did it somewhere in between.
They all failed, so he did 640
640
damage
damage.
fireball.
That's amazing.
And we said, man, Krabby would love that.
Like, you were
Make
immediately
Krabby
the
proud.
thought. Yeah.
You know what's even more fun than that? All of your spell slots into delayed blast, fireball, and time stop.
Whoops.
So,
I have my volume up. That's
how
me.
many of you are finished with the leveling process?
For the most part.
I'm
I
just fleshing out some spells.
Same.
Fantastic.
Same.
Just let me know when you guys are good to go, and we will pick up with the end of the conversation that you guys had. Meteor Storm crit would be a good one too.
Or just wish all the enemies away.
There you go. Yeah, Leeching hour, if you're still hiding out in there, I actually worked super fast today to get all that stuff put together because I didn't want to wait till next weekend to show it all.
That's fine.
Bless you. Which I had a lot of fun watching you last night. It was really hard because I was starting a new show on Hulu, and I had you pulled up. So it's like, do I watch TV or do I watch Leeching Hour? Do I watch TV or do I watch Leeching Hour? It was bad.
Well, the obvious answer is Leeching Hour.
I had him pulled up for a good hour and a half.
I was asleep. I'm sorry.
I'll say once these guys are done, go ahead and start because I'm gonna need a little while because I'm at the point where I can take 2 spells from any class.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
You're gonna be digging, aren't you?
Yeah.
It's gonna take me a minute because I have 2 new ones and one's a 5th level.
So,
I learned my new spell,
what did you learn? What did you learn?
Commune with Nature.
Ah.
Ritual.
So,
And the book says, I just looked it up, but Commune with Nature allows me to if we're in an open area like a forest or a plains, I get 3 miles of surveillance information. I get 3 topics of my choice. I can find out terrain and bodies of water, prevalent plants, minerals, animals, or people, powerful celestials, fae, fiends, elementals, or undead, influence from other planes or buildings. And if I'm underground, I get 300 feet of that same information.
okay.
As long as it's not like a man-made dungeon.
You will definitely have to remind me of those things.
I will.
I've used it once when we were back at that original cave.
Mm-hmm. You will definitely have to keep reminding me of that one because that's got a lot of information that could potentially go.
I don't think you used Commune with Nature because it's a 5th level spell.
I get it as one of my Druid Circle features.
Oh, okay.
When?
Last level.
Okay.
So, as an example in the book, it says you can determine the location of powerful undead, the location of major sources of safe drinking water, and nearby towns in one go.
Cool.
And my path feature says this information can be delivered to you in one of your totem animals, and I guess you know which one I'm going to pick.
The gecko.
Yes, the gecko. Also the wolf.
He's going to show up.
A
Keep
gecko
us-
wolf.
He's
No.
gonna show up and talk Australian to you. Okay.
Hey, I died again, and look who survived.
Look who survived.
Woo! I survived.
I hack. I told you this already.
You've got it rigged in your favor. You
I
have
do.
to.
It's like 90% in my favor. I want all the dragon scales because I am the omnipotent
But
dragon god.
you're the mint. You can just mint. You can
Don't give away all my secrets. Okay, so Ilfikir has made the suggestion that you guys all head off and try and find
So it begins.
it. So it begins. That you guys go off and try and figure out where this instrument is that is causing such mischief to her. And when that information, and it was a 14, which is not bad, this information blew your mind, Hakuden.
Mm-hmm. What? Dragons? What?
Considering that, according to everything that everybody knows, the dragons have been gone for 400 years. And they just let you know that there's 3 on this continent alone.
That we know of.
3.
I
You
thought
know of Ari, you know of Ingir, and there is rumor of a 3rd one guarding the
That's
other
right.
claw of Malar.
Rumor is okay.
Okay, because I thought that the rumor we were under the impression that it was probably Ningir. Because that was the debate that we had.
And that's why I said rumor.
Okay. There's 2 for sure, possibly 3.
Yep.
I'm up to 26, Krabby.
Alright, so
You can't use them on me.
what would you guys like to do with, well, specifically Hakuden, because you are brand new to this situation. You have never been privy. What?
That reminds me of last session when like 3 times we're like, welcome to the guild.
I know, right?
And Fakir walking out and me shouting for Nivara and
All this chaos.
yeah.
This
This is a normal night for us.
You have never been privy to this information. I mean, working for the Honor of the Pride, you guys were more or less just huntsmen working on taking down dangerous creatures, such as that stupid manticore.
I remember that one.
And that manticore was a pain. But you are now here. You are now here in the Boar's Head, knowing the trials and tribulations you had down south of Pinehurst not too long ago,
Nice.
and hearing that they were just in Pinehurst not too long ago and dealt with an undead druid / priestess of Vecna,
You have a little more than half of what I have.
which really would trigger you because of a certain somebody that was in your group. And as soon as they said the priestess's name, it would have registered on you. The priestess's name was Alaria.
Ah.
Somebody's
Laria.
mom.
Ah.
Wait,
Wasn't
what?
That, wasn't that
That was Nick's mom.
Nick's mom?
And
Alaria was one of
this.
his.
Other players' mothers.
Oh, so
Honey? Nick's.
Yeah, I know. He told me
Yeah.
like months ago,
Yeah.
and I had to keep a straight face.
Yeah.
I was like, "Don't tell Joe I told you."
Alexis and Nick's character were.
No. Alaria. The evil priestess of
Of
Vecna.
Oh,
you
yes.
destroyed?
Yes.
So I killed his mother.
Oopsie.
You guys you guys destroyed his
hey, I
mom.
helped.
And that would
Mirren was there too.
And that
No,
would
I
have,
didn't mean you guys
and
could
that
help
would have
it.
triggered a thought in your head too.
Huh. She was. Oh dear.
Are you going to give that to your fellow friends, or are you going to keep that one in?
Well, Friends is
For
Friends is kind of a
now-
close term at the moment.
Yeah, I was gonna say for now, being that I don't know them, I'm not sure how they would take that information. and whatnot.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm a
it's just
literal
kinda-
demon blood.
Well, see,
She's gonna be a literal demon.
I told you
She is
before.
not a literal demon.
I did look like one though.
You
I-
Side note, remind me to tell you something later. We've been making a mistake with Dragon Blood Sorcerers.
what?
They do not get resistance
Okay.
to their elemental affinity.
I know.
Huh?
I've never done that.
My mistake.
Okay, because that was the impression I was under.
I've never done that.
My
Okay.
mistake then.
They get to add their charisma modifier to the elemental spells of their choice, but they do not gain resistance from it.
Well, they do, but they have to spend sorcery points to do it. What I'm saying is they don't get it for free.
For free.
Okay, I
So-
mean I've also never played a sorcerer, so
I could have sworn Ilo had done it. That's the only reason I.
So when you guys actually
Cool.
mentioned Alario, my character kind of does one of these numbers is like.
Do we catch
I was about to
the
say
reaction?
I would have wanted to roll insight for that.
Actually, everybody roll an insight at disadvantage.
Alright.
Because we don't
Oh,
know
come
him.
on, I rolled a 20.
No, not because you don't know him.
Okay.
because he's a dragon force, so we can.
Because you just got done being in a trance from that song. You're drinking, and you're drinking, and you are completely caught up with the idea of talking to your sword, and these guys are bothering you.
Pretty much. It's kind of the
So disadvantage, please.
Disadvantage on you. Disadvantage on you.
Mira, what'd you get?
Bad.
How bad?
Passive 11.
Okay. Elfikir.
10.
Awesome. Grana,
14.
you're mad because you used your 20, didn't you?
Yeah.
14.
Yes.
Vistra.
16.
And Nyvar.
passive of 17.
Passive of 17.
Holy crap.
Krabby says, have you ever heard a demon speak
It's
common?
funny
Their
'cause-
pronunciation is abysmal.
Hey, Krabby, I kept getting Infernal and Abyssal mixed up, so now in my Friday morning campaigns, we have a new language and we call it Infrabyssal.
So wait,
So,
what's your
Karana,
Oh wow.
you notice a response from him, but it's not definitive what it is. He reacts to it, but it's just one of those, oh, that must have been,
Do you have expertise?
you know,
in
it was just,
I mean,
he responded
going-
to
it?
it.
So then
going by
it showed
the fact that not a lot of people knew who she was,
4 plus 1.
my initial response would be, did he hear about what she did? I don't
Right.
know.
So,
I mean, she wasn't exactly.
You did notice
Yeah,
a
it's
response, but you're unsure why.
I'm more,
Lustra.
I'm more
Yes.
worried about her who's
You
actually
see-
cognizant.
You see when Hakuden responds to the name Alaria,
His last comment.
you see this little bit of flash in his eyes, almost almost like
Krabby.
recognition, but you're not 100% sure.
Okay.
But it's definitely you recognize that there is a definitive response to that name.
Like almost like a deja vu type look is what I would take it as. Like
Or
he's heard it before maybe in passing.
Right, and with as opposed to Karana, who's like, well, okay, maybe he heard something.
Mm-hmm. And she was Dragonborn, wasn't she?
What?
I'm
Hold on.
I'm golden colored, by the way.
Hold on.
Okay, so different
Right,
color.
he's metallic where she was chromatic.
Fair.
Naivara, on the other hand, hold on 1 second. Naivara, on the other hand, you see him respond, and there is a mix of recognition and oh crap.
Because you said last game that there was a reason you were that color, and it had to do with your god.
The silvery color that is
Silvery
actually
color, okay.
covering over my
He's
gold.
got a silver sheen to him.
Man, between you, Emery, and
Callista.
Callista, we're just gonna have a nice little blue man group of silver shined people.
Well, there's only one Blue Man group, and he's in a different place.
He's with two of the silver ones.
DM, I
And
do
you're
have,
only a blue man group when you cast mirror image.
can I ask a question?
Why did
I, other than my eyes of minute seeing, I have 0 magic items.
I know.
Didn't I
Never
give you
mind.
something?
And what do you and where
I
is
thought
that?
I gave you something.
We were talking about it, but we never.
Ilfikir.
Yes.
Where is that going?
No, I just wondered if you were aware.
Yeah, you have 1 magic item.
Okay.
I got the claw on my bracer, the boar set bracer, and it's not magic, but I've got Alexis's necklace on it.
And that's the point I was going to make out. There's lots of magic items that were accessible. Right now, Ilfikir has the 1.
What do you have?
I have eyes of minute seeing. Whee! I can see little things.
Okay, because I thought there was a magical weapon.
We talked about giving her Alexis's +1 quarterstaff, but we never did.
If you want it, I have it. I
Yeah.
have it.
Well, I mean, I'm just throwing that out there, but I mean, she's not a close range fight. It was just,
Do
it
I
was.
still have my ring from the first
I'm
one,
just
Jonathan?
looking at my character
Everything you
sheet
have.
and trying to make sure I have.
But you didn't fall
I
behind.
wasn't changing
Yeah.
any of that.
Okay.
Yeah, I've only got one thing as my weapon.
All right.
Actually,
So yeah, you guys notice a response from him, with the exception of those two. The 3 of you notice a response from him in
Yeah.
varying detail.
If
because
you're not
I probably would have looked at him and gone,
I use it, but I don't.
pack it in?
It's not would have. This is happening right
So
now.
yeah, take the pearl ring.
Yeah. Pack it in? What was that reaction about to that name?
Huh?
Wait, quick
What?
question.
What's going on?
Super quick question before that goes on. Do I because there was 2 dragonborns in there are 2 dragonborns in that guild, correct?
Yes.
Hakuden and the other one.
Yep.
Do I recall if the other one is a black dragonborn?
He is not.
What color is he? Because I don't remember if that was ever described.
Thanks, Ikazilla.
The guy wants to give you a staff of fire.
I'll take it, Krabby.
Okay, never mind. Yeah, he is black.
Yeah, 'cause
Okay.
we were making
You're
jokes
right.
about that. Yeah.
You recognize that name.
I do.
What, Ilaria? Is that who you're talking about?
Yes. Yes.
How do you know that name?
Yeah, how?
Mirren,
Because you made a really interesting reaction to that.
Right.
You
and
did the
then
Also,
reaction
still
of
drinking.
being,
Your-
oh, I know that name.
Okay.
Oh,
I just,
crap.
Your racial modifier.
okay. Perfect.
Well,
On average, it would be 75.
Okay.
one of my
Yes,
guildmates
Krabby.
had a mother by the same name.
Oh.
Well, she was evil and we killed her.
Well, welcome to the guild.
Still want to join?
Hey,
I mean, to
Well,
be fair, apparently
still
Alexis'
willing to
father's
have me.
Hey,
evil.
Mirren,
Mhm.
did you use that for
I-
You know so little about me. And I know so little
Krabby
about
was just
you.
making sure.
At this point,
No, I haven't.
I
No, you
mean,
haven't.
A parent does
That
not
would have been my
defend their
insight.
child.
I know.
Okay. Yes, I
Our
did use
late
it, and you gave me an insight of
Party
15.
member's father
Which would
was
have given you the
banished
same
from this
information
continent
that
for
Vistra
his
got.
evil
Okay.
acts.
Which is there was a recognition and an eye flare.
So that really doesn't hold much weight for me.
Thank you, Sikazilla. Although it was
Honestly,
Thorn that had it.
The only way
Give
we're gonna
Loxy
know,
pass without twice.
Yeah, that was
there
a funny
was
thing.
issues this morning.
Oh yeah.
the only way that we're gonna know if you work well with this group is a trial run. So
So start running.
Well, put it to you this way: as long as I'm not dying and you dig around my backpack for a potion for yourself, I think I'll be okay with that.
That would never happen.
and then we're gonna go, no promises, and go and walk up to the bar.
Tiny's got the bar.
So I had to bring that up.
Yeah, you see her go, no promises. In her obvious rogue garb.
No, at this point, the only thing you have to worry about with this group is more pranks.
Never.
Oh, you mean like shoving people in the mud?
Oh, speaking of pranks, like making the official treat of my deityhood a biscuit.
Like
Dog
there's
biscuit.
there is just this
Not
absolute
dog biscuit though.
yeah, like just bull grin on her face. She just
And yes, DM, keep track of XP points, yes?
Yeah.
Or no, okay.
it
guys
does
are-
it not.
So we're technically at 64.
I scowl at you.
DM, how many more days before
It's okay,
my
only like 20
necklace
grand
of
behind you.
disguise is present?
It's a very good question. You guys started the mission to get that crafted. How long before the guild challenge?
It should have been 3 days by my remembering.
I believe it was 3 or 4 days.
Tomorrow would be 3 days.
Would be 3.
Yeah, tomorrow would be 3 days.
It was longer than that. Because I thought we'd been in Telemon for like a week by this point.
4 days.
And you said it would take 7 with the 3 other casters and Vistra.
Because you had the day to get everything planned, you had the day to get everybody together, and then everybody started working on it.
Mm-hmm.
So that would put tomorrow at day 4 of working on it.
Perfect. So only 3 more days after that, and then we're good. But so we have to stick around town just long enough for that to be finished, basically.
So what are we doing tomorrow?
Getting a boat and finding the source of the music.
Okay. Well, what else?
Is there something we should know about?
Nope.
Well,
Nagara, is there some way you could help them with that idea that Vistra just brought up?
I'm honestly blanking.
What did she just suggest
I'll
that you
grab a
guys wanted
spoon,
to
but
do?
you're gonna want to let Steve.
Getting a boat and finding the source of music.
Do you want to?
Okay.
Yes,
What kind would you like?
And how could you help with that?
That's okay. I'll just do.
Do you have like chamomile gals?
I do.
What did your
Or
mom and
like a
dad do?
green tea?
Ah, fair.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
They're cartographers. Got the family map. I mean,
Well, Karana, a certain half-orc you guys might remember will be turning 15 tomorrow.
You're an adult now.
I am an adult.
Did we know it was his birthday?
I may have mentioned it in passing. It's not an important detail.
Technically, no.
Okay.
Not direct. I should say indirectly. He may have, as he just got done saying.
Because Vistra's birthday isn't. Oh jeez. Vistra's birthday isn't for like another month, I think.
Let me
Taylor,
double
do you
check.
want tea?
No, thank you.
Yes, please. Aaron, do you want tea?
oh no, thank you.
What kind would you like? Just pick out your bag.
Ah, yes. Vistra's is in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks.
I will say the antics can't be any worse than what I've had to deal with.
Oh, you
you might be surprised.
just
I know
wait.
it's caramel apple spice.
If I might speak for him, he would not be surprised. As a matter of fact, you guys would
I've
be
heard about the
surprised.
gazelle incident.
Well, what about
I'll
the?
just-
Have you ever had a party member put a were rat in its mouth while the other shoved a thing up its butt?
All I have is sugar. There's very little sweet drops left.
I can't say that I have, but
No, that's okay. I don't need any sweetener.
I did have one of our party members try
Actually,
to...
yes, Krabby, that does exist. You can actually make somebody lose age.
Krabby, what is your obsession with Toddler Murin, or Toddler Ren, or Toddler Marcus? I think it's Toddler Me.
Is
You
it
hate it
funny?
so much.
You hate it so much and it's hilarious.
I did have a guild member try to use Gust of Wind as some sort of propellant to get from the floor to the ceiling.
Well, this one over here, the Ilfik here is still sort of zonked out, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The catatonic one over there tried to clear out the inside of a boat with a tidal wave.
Fair enough.
It didn't not work.
It almost worked a little too well.
I'm efficient. I'm also unconscious.
Actually, yeah, Seekazilla, that is very true. Our D&D games are a terrible version of Never Have I Ever.
Yes.
Seek said, "Never have I ever
We
used
actually
a
played that as our characters a couple of sessions ago. That was really fun.
use a surprise suppository until it takes a drink." Oh damn it!
Oh, seeing as you're in there, honey, can you grab me another drink?
Yeah, hold on.
Thank you.
So, yeah. What else are we doing tomorrow? You guys
I
got some big old
suppose
plan?
Well,
if we told you, it would ruin the surprise.
You're right.
I should probably go back
Totally
She's like, whew.
totally acting like she has something planned.
She
Yeah.
say she says
You know, I'm curious. I'm in a sense motive. Give me. I want to get an insight on
Yeah,
that.
roll your insight, roll your deception, and I'm sorry.
I should have taken deception.
Never mind. You win.
Actually,
It might be it.
I have a 4 insight.
What's your passive?
Well, I don't want to use my passive. I'll just use my 4.
Oh.
He actually chose to look and see if he could tell if you were alive.
I'm
so
like,
he was roll.
Okay, that's a 10 deception.
Okay, you're right. When you're right, you're right.
Oh my god.
I should probably head back to my
Yeah, that's pretty
current
much it. for
guild and
budget.
let them know that I will be leaving them.
oh welcome.
I
Thank
will.
you for
You're
the
out.
invitation.
Guy, bye.
I will try to have your new piece of jewelry ready as soon as possible. Do you have any preferences? A ring, earrings?
And I'm gonna reach up and
Oh,
tap
hey.
one of the stones on my horns.
What about his tattoo?
Well,
All of
we
us
can take
have
care of that later.
small, very
Well,
skillfully
what's-
crafted pieces of sending
do we
stones
know?
that enable us to talk to each other.
It's called Boar's Net. I named it.
Neat.
And it allows me to speak in beast form as well, which is very useful.
It's very handy. That way she's not a cat.
Well, there was like a 2-day period where I could interpret it for her until we learned that we could all understand what she's saying.
Yep.
So, because I can speak with animals for free.
Gotcha.
Would I have been
Whatever
aware of it?
happened to my body die? It's
It-
on the table.
I don't know. It should have been right there. Is it to the right on the shelf next to the box? With all the books in it?
I just love that face. He was like,
If not, I
There's
don't
like
know.
27 shelves back here. Is it to the right of the box on the shelf?
No, I said to your right on the shelf.
Oh.
oh boy.
Oh dear.
Fireball.
Oh dear.
Do, 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 do.
I has this little red die, and I shall wibbly wobbly and toss it at the table. And what number are you looking for, Krabby? Because I got a 1.
Why is the
So-
realm always gone?
Hail, Eric. Hello.
What?
What's the deal with people changing guilds? What's about the tattoos and stuffs?
Wait, who's leaving the guild?
No, we're getting a new one.
We're getting a new member?
Yeah, you know that Lion's Pride.
Oh, the honor. You're stealing one of the pride.
Well, it wasn't much of a. It wasn't
We're
much of a.
stealing a good one.
Yeah.
We dangled like half a sugar cube and he came.
I'm gonna chime in. It's talkative.
I need to see. Can I steal yours, Anna?
Which one's Hawking?
The decent one.
The shiny gold dragonborn.
Oh, the gold one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he seems like he's a good guy.
Yay.
Like all you see is us like tapping
Yeah,
stones and
I'm
talking
on
in a
my
circle.
bracer here. I also
I
have.
got mine on my ring.
What was
the shape of the bubble on her necklace? Wasn't it like a moon or something?
On Alexis's?
What was the shape at the end of it?
I have to look it up.
Okay, I've got an amulet or a necklace hanging from my bracer. It's got a nondescript bauble on it. I'll have to tell you later. But
It's kind of moving
it just
around.
it just hangs out on my bracer, and we're all talking into our various body parts.
We all look very strange to people.
Alright,
This is-
I'm gonna find
Yeah, this is the strange part.
This is still not the strangest thing you'll ever see us do.
Alright.
So anyway, about the tattoos and stuff. What to do?
What's the command word?
It's gonna bother me until I find it.
Tell me,
Command word, grit your teeth and bear it.
does it just magically transform? Does he have to get a new one, or does he lose his old one?
I don't know.
You don't know something?
Yeah, it doesn't happen often, but I don't know.
So you've never had...
This is the first guild I've ever had.
You've never heard of somebody transferring over to a different
Oh,
guild?
Eric, were you first?
Yes.
He popped his guild cherry.
We go down over here.
Technically, he had the guild before he had us.
So I popped your guild cherry.
You said it, I didn't.
You also said it like a creep.
So Mary, does
Can-
this
can
mean
I-
we're back to the
started
House of Silver?
Can I hear the response?
I could've gone
You
last
can only
time.
hear their
The
words.
words were okay.
Is that my birthday present?
No, it's not.
Yes, Daddy.
Wrong challenge.
Hey, that just got super creepy.
Simon's going, what the?
Are you sure you want to? So let's line up that tattoo.
Quick, hold him down before he changes. Quick, hold him down before he changes.
Hold him down. Hold him down.
You're stuck with us
You're
now.
gonna be part of this guild whether you want to or not. Welcome.
So Joe,
Lock the doors.
once
No.
everything is
Tiny's over there just.
Tiny
Settled?
door.
once everything is settled and everybody is going to bed, I'm actually going to do something a little weird. And I know you guys love it when I say that because that's basically my hold my beer, but
Hold my beer. I gotta see. You have like 20 types of
Alright,
leaf juice here.
so what I'm thinking, because again I've never done this before. Wait, hold on a second here. Hey Uriah, what happens if somebody wants to switch a guild?
Wait, Uriah has a sending stone?
No,
to me?
we're hearing
There's
him
with
talking to
Oh,
Uriah.
that's right. I forgot about
Oh. Really?
Oh,
This should be fun.
I might switch.
Is it
Alright.
extremely painful?
Okay, so Uriah says that you
Ooh.
should just be able to put his hand on the boar's head, and he
When you're
should be able to transfer guilds so long as he just makes the pledge like you guys did.
okay.
Easy
So
enough.
horribly haze him.
No.
I can hear you, you know.
Horribly haze him.
Okay, so yeah, give it a shot.
Cool. Okay. Let's go do it. Later. Tomorrow maybe.
Yeah, as you guys are all feeling really rough still.
Mhm.
Really?
Yes.
It doesn't to my waistline.
Yeah, I'm full. I've had
So-
a lot of junk food today.
Yes, Joe, after all of this is settled and that fun jazz, and everybody goes to bed and goes back to the other guild and everything
Well,
else.
we're not there yet. I'm not sure if anybody else is doing anything before everybody.
Well, we gotta tie Ilfikir to her bed, so.
Oh, I suppose.
Yeah.
Not even in the fun way.
Nope, I'm taking that one.
Shibari for the win.
Didn't even get that complicated. Just do it very simple and easy.
Do 17 layers starting from the neck all the way down to the ankles. Just round and 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 round, turning into a rope cocoon.
You tried to get out of that there.
Misty
I'm just
step.
doing this for now.
Oh. Put some anti-magic bonds on the rope.
Yeah, let's go find some of those.
Actually, those are going to cost a lot of money. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, can we get shackles of anti-spell or what is it?
Or just go ahead
Anti-magic
because I'm
shackle.
going to dig out
Anti-magic,
all
yeah.
the cards.
Okay. So is anybody doing anything else during or after this conversation before heading to bed?
I am actually going to, if nobody objects, I will take Ilfikir to her room.
Ilfikir, roll
Take
me
some
another
to her
wisdom
room.
save.
Unconsensual. It's a 7.
A 7.
A
Yes,
7.
you are still ensorcelled by this
Okay.
Music.
song.
Okay, I will bring her to her room and I will stay there.
Okay.
I will observe and make sure she doesn't get up.
Are you
Observe.
sitting in the room or out of the room?
In the room.
In the room?
Yep.
Okay. And what are you doing? Are you sitting by the door? Are you sitting by her bedside?
Is there a chair?
Have someone bring
Hey,
a chair.
Ilfikir,
Yeah.
what furnishings are in your room? Now, mind you, it's not. Eric does not have the Hilton.
What do I have in my room?
I'm asking you, what kind of furniture would you like in your room?
Would you at least have a chair for me to sit in?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
There's a bed. There's probably a dresser or wardrobe of sorts. A side table with a wash basin and a couple chairs, a rug, and ideally a fireplace.
There is a fireplace. There's actually a fireplace in every one of your rooms.
Okay, there is definitely a throw rug, a couple chairs in front of the fire, and a bed.
Okay.
A large bed.
I move the side table, just the table, next to a chair, and I sit in the chair and put my feet up on the table.
Okay.
Question: do they actually have to secure me to the bed? Like, am I compelled to wander?
It's a good question.
You are at the moment
You're
not
the DM.
Right.
at the moment you're not secured. I'm just in the room with you.
Okay.
I know I'm the DM, but you're the one who's ensorcelled, not aware of anything going on, so you're not sure either.
Okay, as a player, I was asking what's happening to my ensorcelled character.
You're laying down on your bed right now,
Okay, thank you.
because that's where Mirren put you.
Okay, thank
Respectfully.
All right.
Get in that bed.
you. You only have one priestess. Come on.
Ooh, I'm taking that spell.
Hello, War Poodle.
Hey,
The War Doggo.
Synaptic static.
It is good to see you.
The war poodle just every time I read that, it just makes me so happy.
Dario, do not
inside.
start.
I saw the war poodle in the Liching Hour last night, so I had to say hi there too.
Synaptic static.
I just took that.
Synthetic strike.
Good,
Did
so the
you
both
really?
of you get it.
Ooh, that's
It
nice.
means the both of you enjoy that spell.
Quilena has that.
That's actually a really good thing to have for both of us.
It's a super good. Quilena has
That's
it
why I
too.
said I'm gonna grab the spell cards on
Now-
break and take them all.
Karana, you said you had something you were going to do.
Yes.
Although the weird thing.
After the long rest and all that fun jazz, I'm going to get up early because then
We're
I will.
not there quite yet.
Early in the morning.
Nivara,
A lich's hello.
has every...
We don't have that
Yes.
spell slot. We'll have to wait till I rest.
After everybody starts going to bed, what are you going to do?
I'm gonna go back and try talking to.
That's kind of what I
That's a little
figured.
more.
That's why I'm coming to you before I finish up with Karana, seeing as it's going to be in the morning, not at night.
Early in the morning.
So,
Just to try and
you
connect.
sit down and you start meditating with your sword. What is it that you are trying to inquire of your sword or talk to your sword about? What's going on with your sword?
It's pretty much just. I just want to learn more about him, just to see if the more I can connect with him, the more we can synchronize
Okay.
in battle. So I don't get taken over and try to kill my friends.
Okay, how?
I
I now understand what you're going for. How are you doing it?
pretty much
Sword,
just.
my old friend.
It's pretty much
you
just
again.
Finding out more about like
In
Actually,
stereo,
maybe, like,
stereo.
Hi, Nivara. Let's see how Nivara is talking to her sword.
You started it.
yeah no well no technically
No,
he started it
no,
because
that's
he
what
gave
I'm
it to
saying.
me.
He started the hello sword, my old
But
friend.
we
No,
didn't.
no, no.
We didn't start the fire.
Oh.
I'm not worried about that part.
It's
I'm
always
trying to
been
get Nivara here to understand that Nivara is the one doing this. Nivara doesn't talk in the third person. Nivara talks in the first person.
Ooh.
That smells
So-
amazing.
Cass, I know that you
Mirren's
were.
wolf nose is going crazy.
Alright, hey guys, keep your voices down a little bit so I can hear Navarre.
Cass, I know that you were in service to Vecna. What did you do before that? Like, what was... I just want to know more about you. Like, what happened with your life before that, and just...
I was as any normal man was. Raised on a farm, learned the ways of being a good man. Eventually, as is with any serf, one is conscripted into the army. I became a very powerful man very quickly. My notoriety on the battlefield grew, my skills grew, and it was being this powerful man on the field that caught the eye of Vecna. At first I fought against him, but eventually I found myself wanting more and more to work toward his goal.
So, me being a descendant, who, like, did you fall in love with someone before you?
It is hard to remember my life before my time with Vecna. I spent so many centuries being his right hand. I don't remember much beyond that. Just little snippets. Running through the fields, riding on horseback through battlefields with people that don't exist any longer.
Do you know if it's on my mother's or my father's side? The lineage with you?
I have been dead for way too long to know the generations that have passed since. I have no idea how long I slept before I was found by you.
That's interesting.
Looks good.
I definitely want to dig a little bit more into that. Do you remember where this village was? The farm that you lived and worked on?
The lands have changed so much. I do not.
Not even like if you saw a map or if you'd seen a map when you were still.
I have no eyes, child.
I mean when you were still alive. That way I could possibly find out or find where it was. Because I have a map from my parents, but I don't know if it was if you were on this continent, if you were on another one.
I may not even be from this realm.
That's very possible.
But with being not much more than a blade in your hand, my five senses are all but gone.
And a stump of a blade, too.
Do you know
Yes,
where...
I am Eric with a K.
Do you know where exactly the rest of the blade is? Like, is there any way that you can find it or help me find it?
I am seeking just the same as you to be made whole.
Well, as long as we have pretty much the same goal to make this sword whole again.
That is not my goal.
What is your goal?
To destroy Vecna.
Possession.
I'm only 9/10 of that long.
Well, in order to destroy Vecna, we do have to make the sword whole.
I found a body. Granny.
That makes the most sense. If I am not at my full power, I will not be able to do anything.
I figured if I got to know you a little bit more, it might help us synchronize more in battle, and there would be less of a chance of me being taken over.
It is an interesting theory.
I'm gonna try pretty much every theory until I find one that works.
That is probably going to be painful.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty much expecting it to be.
Know that it is not my intent to consume you.
That's actually really good to know.
He's lying.
But do know that my power is significantly greater than yours.
And this is only part of the sword, and it's significantly greater, so I can only imagine what you're gonna be at full power.
I hope we have a lot of potpourri.
Oh, 21 days since we found the first body.
I wish to see myself whole. I wish to see my goal complete. And to have myself in the hands of one of my own ilk, my own blood. I feel that maybe a chance will come.
I would love.
Yo!
Thank you for the cheers, Sikazilla.
Ouch.
Oh.
Wow.
You said orc, not half orc.
Okay, fair. Well, half ouch.
So you only get to say ow.
DM, do you have that? Excuse me. Do you have that that proposal sheet I wrote for you?
Yeah.
Does it also have the logo on it, right?
That's on another sheet, but yes.
Can I get the logo sheet?
Yes.
We have the same feeling of gnomes too, and druids.
No, the
The only
druid is
reason I
just
noticed
on you,
is 'cause I
Krabby.
just saw it.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, one of my favorite characters ever is a druid. My tied for first favorite character is Druid Ranger.
I don't know what this wee thing is, Krabby. I like my gnomes.
You would.
If you don't like gnomes, raise your hand. If you especially don't like gnomes named Tick and Tack, raise your hand.
I thought they were fun.
Patrick, I'll help you there.
I don't have that possibility.
I'm in a dress, I can't.
Well, you can.
If that's how we get banned.
There are worse ways to go.
I'm not even, no. Just ignore chat, someone's being a dumb butt. Shame if something happened to Drum.
So,
Wow.
are there any other
Just saying.
things that you wish to discuss with Cass? And it's Cass, not
Totally
Cass.
should. Call us a gnome one more time.
Just making that minor definition. It's Cass.
KS. Not at the moment. Pretty much just thank you for speaking with me. Like I said, I'm hoping that getting to know you is gonna help. I don't know.
That's not.
Oh, by the way, what's
Okay.
the red
But that's pretty
aura
close.
that goes around
Okay.
me?
Because that's our forge.
I'm pretty sure that's just
Okay.
an extension of myself.
That's my company I'm trying to start.
Yeah, because
Okay.
I also have a red
I was
sheen in
wondering,
my eyes when I wield
That
this
is
sword.
most likely an influence of the power inside this weapon.
Yeah.
It is.
So, okay.
That's a good idea. I didn't even think about that.
No,
Mm-mm.
because the Kyuubi was inside Naruto, not
Yes,
inside
but
his
the
weapon.
aura around him.
Yeah, I did make that reference. It was like having a.
Thanks, Krabby.
So,
Not even long after you said that too, Tay.
Karama. Morning rolls around and you set your alarm to get up early.
And I would like
It's a bird yelling
to.
at her.
Get a wake up call from the office.
I would like to head out to the Forest Grove-esque area where I did most of my training, so I would be very familiar with.
So it's the north side of town, just outside the gates.
And then I'm casting Commune with Nature.
Okay. To what end?
Hey, I know that one now.
But you're not awake, so you can't help.
Mirren half asleep. I know that one.
Who says I slept?
I am looking
What's a very good point?
for a wolf den.
Okay.
Within 3
Is
miles.
And that is something you can specifically hunt for with that spell?
Well, that's up to you, DM.
Yeah, I mean, it's technically it would most likely be a cave or naturally dug out.
I understand.
Structure,
I understand
but-
that much.
I mean, this.
Yeah, I got
Hang
it.
on, I have it right here.
So do I.
I have it written down.
Well, I've got it in the book.
You're sleeping.
Yes.
Maybe.
Let's see. Gain knowledge of surrounding territory within 300 miles underground. I can do 300 feet. Spell doesn't function when nature is placed by construction. I gain 3 facts: terrain or body of water, prevalent plants, fauna, or people. So I could actually search for wolves themselves. I wouldn't have to specify just the den.
And you
The
get
fact
the
that it
3.
says- the fact that it says flora and fauna, so.
And you get the 3 answers. So
Yes.
if you consider a wolf den a terrain feature.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's buildings, influences, all
Right,
that stuff you
Dr.
just
Leach?
read. But yeah, so technically I could search for both dens and or wolves. Both.
And
Alright.
you get one more thing if you want it.
Yes.
Is there any other information you want to glean using question number 3?
Influence of... Where'd you go? Other planes of existence. So that weird hinky feeling I got from when I did this spell at the cave that we were at, I want to see if I feel that again.
And you said 3 miles.
Yes.
I totally thought you said 300 miles.
No! Are you kidding? That would be so much information
That would
overload.
be way too
She cast a spell and she cast a spell and she's like, "Zzz."
Karan is now a vegetable.
Twitch.
Someone get a necromancer.
Dr. Leach?
So, as you cast out this spell and you inquired those 3 things, first, there are a couple of wolf dens within a 3-mile radius.
Yeah, I'm gonna change that a little bit.
Most of them butt up against the mountain range. They're real close to the mountain range, so that they have something secure to hide in for inclement weather. You feel that there's probably about a half a dozen
Different wolf dens.
Yep. different wolf dens.
Okay.
You can feel that there are 3 wolf packs
Okay. That makes more
that
sense.
wander around the territory.
That's
For a modest price.
And then, as you reach out and feel for what feeling are you looking for? Is it designated as celestial undead, or is it just any of them?
Celestial, Fey, Fiend, Elemental, or Undead.
Right, but what I'm looking for specifically is it you choose one, or does it pick any of them up?
I believe that it's any of them.
I'm checking.
Yep.
Thank you.
That's a
'Cause-
clarification that's important.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Paladin sense, that is all of them at one point in time.
You instantly gain knowledge of up to 3 facts in the area, you instantly gain knowledge of up to 3 facts of your choice about any of the following subjects as they relate to the area: powerful celestials, fae, fiends, elementals, or undead.
Okay, that means it's just any of the above.
Okay,
It didn't say, it didn't...
it says or. Oh, gotcha. No, never mind, you're
Do you
right.
see where I'm coming from on that one?
I do. You're giving credence to the player. Please continue to do so. I agree.
As you do that, there are 2 feelings that you get. The first one is a very powerful, I shouldn't say powerful, a very familiar feeling of undead. Roughly 2.5 miles north and slightly west.
How is she sensing him 2.5 miles away?
It's at 3 miles, right?
So 300 feet.
No, that's underground.
That's underground.
Underground.
Oh,
Above
okay.
ground train's
Okay.
3 miles.
Okay. Never mind.
I just, I was like,
Never mind. Ignore
Okay,
me.
so undead.
Yes. Never mind.
And you sense another feeling. And strange as it is, it's not something that you would assume from this spell. It is neither celestial, fey, fiend, or otherwise. But it is an extremely strong presence that is affecting nature. And it is coming from about a mile, almost due north of the city. Ristra, can you do me a favor and roll me a Constitution save?
Uh-oh.
For myself?
Yes.
do you get your aura on that too?
Aura.
Wrong character.
Never mind.
Oh,
If you were in Barovia, maybe.
Well, I rolled a 14, and I believe I have a +2, so 16.
Alright, you do not wake from this.
16.
However, you wind up having a horrific nightmare.
Oh, lovely.
As for some reason, everything around you while you're having this nightmare, which you don't realize is a nightmare, it seems as real as anything else.
You mean like the nightmares we had in
On the street.
Almost, but not quite the same. That it feels slightly different.
Okay.
Oh, nurse.
Slightly different,
No,
but
in the nursery and in
Northern.
Narton.
I still don't like that town.
You
I
feel
went to Airhaven.
the
I feel-
world start to vibrate around you. And you watch as this ephemeral image of Dwalin is running away from you.
Oh
No.
no. No!
And he's vigorously working the instrument, running ahead.
That's impressive.
Yes.
While running. Sorry.
And
Actually, it's more like
yeah.
because they have a
You were also while running.
yeah.
However, it doesn't appear that he's running away from you.
He's
Yeah.
but he's running. He's running away from me, but not from me.
From you.
Okay.
That's a
Um,
good distinction.
It also looks almost like he is being aggressive towards something.
Okay.
And the world continues to vibrate around you. You cannot hear him. You cannot hear his instrument. And all of a sudden you watch as everything ahead is ripped asunder. As if something burns a hole in reality in front of him.
Oh, there goes reality.
And pouring out from that are these creatures that are indescribable.
Damn it, Karana.
And then you wake up.
Whoa,
from
that
the
sucks.
nightmare. This happens shortly after your spell. You guys are unaware of the connection.
Okay.
Perfect.
All you know is you felt that weird energy and you had a very nasty nightmare.
Good to know. After I accomplish my purpose, I will deal with that.
So so we don't know this, but I had that nightmare in response to her sensing.
At about the same time.
Okay, so they're technically unrelated. I just happen to feel the weirdness of whatever it is out there, and she's reacting to its
You
presence.
feel it in your bones.
Unrelated.
But
Enough to make you
okay,
sustain.
where did she
Unbreak
feel
those
that
mirror
presence
treats.
come from?
About a mile north.
Mirren
Because she's already
is in-
north of the town.
What's the word looking for?
Okay.
Drooling.
No, appeased.
You can Mirren pitched in for it. So you pitch in, you can have Mirren treat. Yeah.
So
Mirren
you
is
figured out where the
appeased.
wolves are, you have that strange feeling, and you feel undeath north and west of town. What is your goal out here?
I want a puppy.
Okay.
We'll figure it out.
So, where are the different packs because you said that there were 3. There are 6 different dens.
Yep.
So my question is, which of those dens within that radius have wolves inside them?
None of them.
Absolutely none of them.
Correct. The packs seem to be out and about at the moment.
Okay. Because the time of year it is, I'm hoping for baby wolves.
It is going into winter.
So they would be mating, not whelping.
Yeah,
Dur.
we're getting into fall because
You're actually getting into winter. It's near the end of fall.
Mating, not whelping.
Jessen would be the equivalent of September, November.
Hey, good.
that's
September, November.
because Mistra's birthday is supposed to be on my
gotcha.
actual birthday,
Which is
October.
Well, I'm pretty close to my real birthday.
let me double check that
Darn,
I'm not looking at my calendar the wrong way.
That changes that plan then. Sorry, Mary, your birthday present's gonna have to wait till spring.
Okay. Well, figure something else out.
Figure it out and go.
But
I
seeing,
have your birthday in the wrong place then.
Oh,
seeing
I'm
as
sorry.
I
okay.
felt this really
Because
weird thing, and we still have a couple of days before we're gonna be heading out.
No.
We might as well deal with this.
I'm confused.
No, I have it right.
Okay.
So yeah, you're going into October.
So it's technically September now.
Yeah, it is September now. It is the
So I'm pretty
it
close.
is the beginning of September.
I'm within a couple weeks of my real
So
birthday.
yeah, it's definitely not whelping time.
Yeah, I
You could
realized
probably
that.
find a young one though.
Yeah, but that's hard to train. Babies are easier. I did have this beautiful plan of turning into a giant
Ones
eagle
are
and just
smaller.
swooping down and snatching one.
Oh good God!
This beautiful plan. You call it a beautiful plan?
I'm gonna scar this thing for life.
And then train it.
Well, I didn't want to have to kill its caretaker by sneaking into the den and taking it.
Taya, that's called Stockholm Syndrome.
How to train your druid.
How to train your
Don't
Jeffrey?
you have speak with animals?
I do.
No.
How do you not have speak with animals as a
Because
druid?
it's one spell that she chose not to take.
Yeah.
I've got it.
So you could take it because you can change your spells out.
True.
So change it out, take speak with animals.
And go barter for a puppy.
Exactly.
So, but
Barter for a
as you
puppy.
noticed, it is
Yes.
well into fall.
Thank you,
Ah.
orcs.
Thank you, orcs. Thanks for stopping by too.
Yes.
Take care, orcs.
New plan. Adjusting. This feels weird. Not kosher. Hey guys. And it's early in the morning. It's probably like 5 a.m. by the way.
Everybody roll me a Constitution save with the exception of Hakadin.
I thought I was already
Killer.
I also
I'm going to work this into that.
I need to know what happened with her before it determines what I did, whether I slept or
No,
not.
Go ahead and roll a Constitution save first,
Okay.
just so you have that number.
All right. That's a very high number.
Ilfakir,
24.
Miran,
25.
Navara,
21.
and Vistra.
6.
6. All right. So this is how it's going to play out. Miran, you fell asleep
Okay.
because absolutely nothing happened for the first handful of hours. Plus, you had alcohol in your system.
Sure.
Plus, you had your butt whooped by the Titan.
Okay.
So you ended up falling asleep after about 2.5 hours of watching over her.
I just want to know, in the couple hours that I was watching, nothing happened. Not even a stir.
She was still as a 2x4.
Okay. But she was alive. I could tell she was breathing.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Her bodily functions were fine, but she was literally still as
Thanks for not making that sound creepy.
Oh, her bodily functions are fine. Good night.
Hashtag wanna buy less descriptive DM.
None of you guys wake up to the call from Corona, with the exception of Vistra, who just as the dream wraps up and you're starting to wake, you hear, "Hey guys!" So you bolt out of bed because the timing of it was atrocious.
Does anybody wake up to me falling out of bed?
Thump.
No, because you guys are in separate rooms.
Fair.
So, any response to the?
What?
Good morning. We have a situation.
Good morning.
I'm going to be speaking directly to her, not to the others.
And I'm still projecting.
Mm-hmm.
So. Shit.
Sorry, Gordon. Wait, never mind.
So, I'm out in the woods.
Okay.
And I was looking for something which I will not specify. And I feel undead. And also something I don't really know what it is, but it doesn't feel right, and it's not like any other form of power that I've come across in nature.
Is there anything coming from my ocarina?
Where is your ocarina?
On my bedside? Like the bedside
She
table?
snuggles with it.
So you have to pick it up and look.
I'm gonna pick up my ocarina.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say, don't you snuggle with it?
No, I don't snuggle with it.
Why not? It's the closest thing you have to
So
a
as you
boyfriend.
pick up your
Ouch!
Hey,
Hey,
it's
I thought-
okay
wait,
to
wait.
be single when everyone else has a boyfriend because you have standards.
Wait,
That's
wait.
okay.
I thought PvP was disallowed. Because that's murder.
Inviting.
I thought you said this is a no
Standards
PvP
are
campaign.
I got your back, Sam. I got your back.
That was 200 psychic damage.
Ouch!
Well, it's the closest thing you
So-
have for dwelling, so...
As you pick up your ocarina,
Ouch.
absolutely nothing is going on with it.
Okay.
Krabby says he's proud of you.
I don't know if I should be happy about that or not.
Well, the local chaotic fireball wizard said he's proud, so
Because
take that as you will.
I don't recall, but I don't remember. Yeah. I don't remember having to do anything special in order for it to vibrate with riffs.
Correct.
Okay. So that's kind of what I was
You
looking
don't
for.
remember having to do anything special.
I don't. I thought that it just vibrated
I
whenever.
understand that. There's a lot of things that you haven't done with the ocarina. It's just done things, but you're not sure, as you're just stating now, why or how they work.
So, do you want to go wake everybody up? Because I'm going to go look. But I prefer you guys to be here.
So then why don't you come back here and we can regroup and see if Ilfikir is, you know,
And
herself again.
you're still talking to everybody
Mm-hmm.
as you're doing this, and you're just talking to.
Yes.
All right, I need another con save from everybody.
Yep. Really?
Damn, you do better than I did.
Naivara,
17.
okay, Niren,
19.
and
26. I'm sorry, you didn't say my name.
Yeah, you.
you're the only one left to roll.
Yeah, why aren't you paying attention?
Because I'm working on my character.
Actually, scratch that. Seeing as we have a new recruit, he can come with us.
Oh, I was gonna say we'll send him out there.
So, I'm going to go find Hakadin.
Awesome.
Hey, newbie.
Newbie.
Did you bunk at the Boar
Your
side, or did you bunk at the Honor of the Pride?
I probably bunked at the Honor of the Pride just to, you know,
Yes,
save
so
again.
advice.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You guys suck. I'm out. Peace.
Would you have announced that to the crew before leaving?
He did
He
last
did.
night.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
So you do know where to find him. Vistra,
Yes.
are you going to wake everybody else up?
Yeah, I guess so. I'm gonna start waking people up.
You go to Naivara's room, rap on her door, and Naivara, you're slowly but surely coming to because there's this nuisance of noise that's been going on in the back of your head. So the knocking on the door finally pushes you over the edge and you wake up.
What?
Karana said she felt something weird.
And?
That's just Karana.
And I had a bad dream. And there might be something going on
And?
that
Like,
we need to take a look at.
fine. You hear me like rumbling around the room, getting my my stuff
You
on.
make your way to Mirren's room and you knock on the door.
There's no answer.
Because he's not in there.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go to Ilfkir's room then.
You knock on the door.
There's no answer.
Healthcare.
We're both dead.
Ilfkir. Ilfkir.
There's no answer.
I'm gonna go in.
You open the door.
Whoa!
You just magically decide to go into my room instead of the others who didn't answer.
He's the only other one that didn't answer, and
Okay, fair.
I'm more inclined to walk in. Instantly walk in on you.
Fair.
As you walk in, you see Mirren is completely like man spread sprawled on this chair.
Because I was on the chair with my legs on the table.
Snoring. One leg up on an end table, the other leg on the floor. He looks completely. Oh, what's the word I'm looking for? He looks like he's gonna wake up hurting.
Like, I'm wondering how that chair is still surviving.
Yeah, more or less.
And there's a little tiny wag on the tail.
He said, "Oh, he's running into
Someone's calling.
What's up, Aramil?
Hey!
Hey!
I didn't see
He
him.
just popped in a little bit ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mirren, yeah, like I said, he's out like a light, and Ilfakir is currently somehow managed to wrap herself up in this amazing blanket enchilada.
A blanket enchilada?
Yeah.
It's a blanket enchilada.
You're not a burrito, you're
And
a
they are
burrito.
out.
I'm gonna try and see if I can rouse her first.
Ilfakir?
Yeah.
She doesn't want to get hit.
No,
How are you going to rouse her?
I'm Ilfkir, and shake her a little bit.
Hey, wake up!
And
It's not wise to strike
for
a
you,
priestess in the butt.
because different people sleep different ways, if somebody were to walk up to Ilfakir and start going, Ilfakir,
Yeah, she'd probably shocking grasp him, to be quite honest. If she was startled. I would just wake up.
okay, so
I mean, are you doing it like with a sense of urgency, or?
No, I'm trying to be gentle.
Okay, then
Trying.
yeah, I wouldn't shocking grasp her this time.
This time.
so you wake up. And
Hey,
the
Grouch
Couch is here!
Couch!
Watch the screen. What I did for the Grouch Couch.
Yeah!
That's
That's awesome.
That's cool.
I had fun with you guys.
Don't take that out of context.
I did that all by my lonesome today because I didn't want to wait till next weekend to
You're
get
a
you and
That's fine.
the witching hours up. I'm still waiting on TT2KB to send me their thing. But there you go. There's your shout out.
So yeah, yay!
So yeah, you wake up and you find yourself restrained
I'm restrained.
by your blankets.
I was so excited for
Messy
like
word.
half a second.
Restraint? Aw.
Fight me, yes.
I can give you I can give you that file, Grouch Couch. It is just a GIF. That is literally all it is.
Okay, I try and get myself on my blankets.
I will.
Yeah,
help.
am I okay, but I'm myself, I'm not
The song is in the back of your head, but it is nowhere near as powerful.
okay. I'm up.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
good.
I
You're
didn't
back
do
to
that.
yourself.
I didn't do that with GIFbot. I did that by hand. Grouch Couch. I did that completely by hand.
Oh, thank you for the follow.
Thank you,
Woohoo!
Lily.
How in the world do I say your name?
Luna Atayan? What's that?
Luna Atayan.
Well, if we hopefully said that correctly.
I found a body. Yes, you did, Krabby.
That
job.
emote is on its way, Krabby Patty.
We could just call him 007.
That too. And yeah, you extricate yourself from your blankets with the assistance of Vistra.
And I will try and give a brief description of.
That's a bot command, Grouch Couch. And Vistra gives you a brief description of the conversation.
Okay, hold on. Let me wake Mirren, and I will go over. I prefer Tay.
Okay, we'll call you Tay from now on.
All right.
We're just gonna.
Yeah.
Our Tay is gonna go, huh?
By the way, Tay, meet Taya.
Hello. We have more Tays. Tay chips. Sorry, my brain.
Spit that way.
Okay, fair point, Krabby Patty.
I want to go and.
No, he's not.
I'm gonna go and wake Mirren.
You're gonna wake Mirren up?
Yes, I'm
And
gonna go
how
wake
are you
Mirren.
going to wake Mirren up?
Mirren. I'm like scratched behind his ears.
You wait.
Do I have to roll?
No, this is one of those, how do you wake up, how would you respond to somebody waking you up like that?
I fall out of the chair. I'm gonna stretch and then realize I'm in the chair very poorly and I'm. Oh!
I got you! I got you!
No, you don't.
I want to try and get him!
You don't. Centering balance and all of that, you get pulled over, and both of you wind up thump on the floor.
Good morning.
Both were your boobs press.
Good morning! I'll awkwardly climb off Mirren.
I will respectfully help you off.
Vistra's here with a story!
I'm just watching with this
Oh.
kind of a chagrin.
My bronze scales are a little.
Oh.
Yeah, we now have a bronze and gold dragonborn.
So fire and lightning.
She's
Well-
not a dragonborn. She's an
Or
elf.
dragon
Blood.
influence.
Now that I'm 15 years old, I've decided to be wise and noble.
Anybody who hears over Boar's neck?
Can you see this look?
No, are you there with us? So far, it's the two of us.
Tay, it's the link to Discord pop up, and then we have a lot of.
Already joined us.
Never mind. Forgive me for trying to be helpful. I don't know anything.
Stop being helpful, gosh.
I'm pretty close to there anyway.
So, what is on the agenda for today's birthday?
Well, apparently, Karana found something weird, and we should probably go investigate it.
Karana found something weird.
She also sensed undead.
Oh.
So, surprise!
Happy
We're
birthday!
gonna go fight stuff.
Oh, hi
Yes!
for your birthday, of course!
Yes! I
We
couldn't
have
ask for a better birthday gift.
We have carefully arranged this.
How did she sense she's not a paladin or anything. Hey, I'm talking to you,
Wait, what?
Miss Ocarina.
No, I don't.
She
have
has
it.
I don't know, maybe she has a spell for it.
The ultimate technique to level up in this game: bribe the DM with pizza, no pineapple. This is important. Pineapple may cause Cthulhu summonings. I agree.
I like that.
Pineapple does not believe
summoning.
on pizza.
I believe in it.
I believe in a thing called
More for you. I will abstain.
So I have
just
more.
To, absolutely.
So selfless in your dedication.
No idea.
Sink, I like that.
Huh?
Ouroboros sink. If you think about the visual of that, it's a sink that drains into itself all the time.
Yep.
And it's fantastic.
It's like a Klein bottle.
Right?
My brain hurts.
That's okay. So our druid sensed undead.
Yes.
Is anyone talking over Boar's head?
No.
No.
Boar's net?
You, on the other hand, have finally made your way back to the honor of the pride. And the door is closed. And the bears are still guarding it like they have been.
Bears?
Yeah, the two giant taxidermy bears that were on the outside of the door.
That look ridiculous.
If I wanted to be absolutely creepy, I could just go around to the different windows and see if I could find you.
Like the Mission Impossible theme. Dun.
I'd love to hear about that, Tay.
You know.
What was that?
That was my foot of a
Actually.
chair.
Owie!
Oh, the back of my
sorry.
Achilles.
No.
Dr. Lee.
Yeah, I don't want to get.
Yeah, Dr. Leach, I would enjoy that.
So, yeah. And
I can't not.
you hear the scuffling sound, and the door opens up, and the short halfling greets you once again.
Good morning. I apologize for the earliness.
Yeah?
I'm here for Hawkden.
Oh, him.
Oh, him.
I suppose he's upstairs, fourth door on the left.
Okay. Thank you.
Hey, look, I survived again.
Surprising nobody.
We're here to fetch the Hakuden.
Yeah.
I know, right?
He joined
I
our
survived too because I
guild.
didn't even go in.
We like that he's a dragonborn. It's a
It's
new
those
form.
two seen. Thank you.
That was good.
That was good, actually.
So I am going
I
up
could
to
have
his
kept
room.
going.
I'm going up to his room.
Remind you don't deserve me.
You were already awake.
That was a good, like, door name.
Yes, it was.
That was really good.
I'm assuming, so you're saying you were already awake?
Yeah, I was probably already preparing provisions and whatnot
Okay.
for an early day.
Good morning.
Morning.
We're going to go hunt some undead and some weird feeling that I've never felt before. If that's magic. I'd like to go with.
Join us for weird things. Good, that's good diplomacy.
You
Yes,
know,
for weird
Run
shit.
that
Welcome back,
back one more
Mr.
time.
Nala.
well, you see, I was going to look for Marin's birthday present, but it's the wrong time of year. So, I cast a spell that ended up
Viva
giving
la
me a very
dungeon!
wide range of sensing different energies, and I feel both undead and something that I have never encountered before in
Ooh.
nature anywhere. And as a druid, that's a little weird. So, we're going to go check it out.
Okay, I will assist you. Of course.
Very good.
This is my last day here, so
Yeah, the fellow downstairs didn't seem very pleased that I was here for you.
He's a hard ass.
well.
Okay, no need to be sorry. You can be as goofy as you want. You've just entered into one of the most goofy chats.
Crabby. Yes.
Luna, stay
But
for a
no.
little while. You'll see just how goofy it gets.
You're just fine. Let your inner goof
Let your
show.
freak fly.
We do not yuck anybody's yum here unless yucking somebody's yum is your thing.
Whoa.
Wait a second.
Okay, hold on.
Shame.
Shame. Some boundaries.
Me too.
Can we just
They
move?
don't show
Well, most of us have boundaries.
they don't show themselves very often, but
Can
Allow
we
me
just
to
move
grab my
on?
things and I will be right with you.
Sounds good. And as I'm walking down the stairs, I got Hakuden. Is everyone up?
Yes.
oh, so you're the reason.
To specifically the four of them, so I don't wake up Eric and everybody else.
Okay.
I mean,
You didn't specify that the
I know. I
first time.
realized I didn't. And then I'm like, wait.
Eric hear this?
How
Is
would
everybody
Eric
up?
mad at me?
Ah.
I didn't
Oh,
realize that.
trust me. You remembered.
I did. You didn't say please.
Haha, blue card.
I'm kidding. I might have spaced it for a few minutes.
a few.
Like an hour.
We'll say 20. We'll give you some credit.
So, she just announced that she found Hakuden. You guys are all awake.
Is my tattoo gone due to last night? Okay.
Oh.
Convenient test run.
So you found Hakuden. You woke me up. And there's some strange something and undead going on north of town.
Yes. Hello. Good morning.
Have I mentioned I'm the very awake druid?
No, like legitimately, none of you guys have ever heard her sound so sheepish before.
You should be.
You're lucky I love you guys.
I'm sorry,
Oh, Eric
but
loves
I've
something.
never felt this before. It's very not right.
Irvist has
given
thoughts on that.
have you guys given Hakuden his entrance into the guild yet?
Not yet. We're on our way for that before we leave.
Okay. Make sure he gets one of the stones because I really don't feel like using you guys as the intermediary if I don't have to.
I'm sitting there just listening.
Would
to
I
that
have
conversation.
had time to
Like,
like work
and she's
the
literally
sword
sitting
for
here,
him?
and her tail is like
Not
twitching back and forth like a sad little cat. Which
With as goofy as
Flavor
last night
text.
was,
Her
You
table
got
is
you
almost
got
never
a piece to
under her
work, but you
belt.
don't have
So it's
work
almost
yet.
always
Yeah, I mean, I
hidden up in
have
her
2
skirt.
shards.
Right.
So when she's nervous or upset or something else, it will fall out and twitch, kind of like a cat's.
Near your teeth, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So I have a 5-foot long,
With
semi-flexible pin.
with
that has
a
a
silver metal blade.
literally
at the
attached to the tip, so it's a weapon. So all you hear is clink, twitch, 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 twitch.
And who built that for you?
Mirren did. But yeah, like so she's sitting there going, "Sorry, Eric." And tick, 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 tick.
And you would recognize it as nerves.
Also, I guess I'll ask. I'll do it in character. Never mind.
Okay. So you guys at the Boar's Head,
Yes, I'm having fun with that.
Karana, in your haste to do your secret mission, missed this. And as you make your way back to the Boar's Head, sitting out front is a large crate. And stamped,
Use your words.
and not stamped, but emblazoned, burnt, as it were, on the side of this box
She'll be okay.
is a very familiar insignia.
Very true, Tay.
Something from Called has arrived.
No, look at me. I'm the cool.
I'm gonna try and pick it
I
up.
was gonna say,
You
It could
can't.
be your birthday present. Shut up.
So
The
wait.
crate is as large as this table.
Okay, I'm gonna
We
Legend
don't
of Zelda.
If you got me a gift from Called, I would never make fun of you ever again.
So, Hakkanen,
Fucking penis.
you watch as she goes all sorts of giddy schoolgirl, and this petite tiefling is going.
Yes.
You're only
Oh god, it's the beanbag in the car!
Okay. We will
Yes,
have
You
that
need
is
to
an
put that on
accurate
Discord.
analogy.
we will have to post that in Discord so people can see because that was
The most accurate analogy there is.
I'm gonna have to recover that from my
would
old
you
phone.
like
Oh,
some
yeah.
help with whatever this is?
We're gonna need Mirren.
Oh.
Open the door. Is everyone downstairs yet?
do you want go ahead and try?
What is your strength?
13?
13? It budges a little bit, but it is not moving.
Because Aaron, my strength is a 10.
Gotcha.
I'm not strong. So is everyone downstairs?
I would have made my way downstairs and
Yeah.
made sure
So a couple of them have made their way down. A
If-
couple of them are still.
if Tiny isn't there yet.
He is not visibly present.
I would go to the back and start making everybody breakfast.
Okay.
Aww.
Roll me a perception.
Make an extra special breakfast for birthday boy.
Lots and lots of earring treats.
21.
And what's your passive?
My passive is 16.
As you start rummaging around, finding different pots and pans and food, all of a sudden, out of the corner of your eye, you see this large, looming black shadow slide into the room with you. Very familiar.
Tiny.
Yeah.
Oh, good morning, Tiny.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to leave? I was just making breakfast.
Mm-mm. And he reaches up for one of the pans you were trying to reach.
Hi, Tiny.
I mean, okay.
Every short person ever.
How tall is Ilfikir?
Ilfikir's 5'5".
How tall is Karana?
5'3".
I'm sure.
How tall is Naivara?
5'3".
I miss Aloxis.
She's the closest to your
Because
height.
Aloxis was 5 foot, wasn't she? Yeah. So she was only an inch taller than Vistra because Vistra is 4'11".
Or no, Aloxi was 5'1".
Okay, so she's 2 inches taller. But I miss Aloxis.
And I agree with that, Kay.
In a
I mean,
sense.
if you acknowledge yourself as evil, the chances that you are very, very slim.
Why people? Sure.
In a sense,
Magic Burst is on the table.
Woo!
So, you are making dinner. The rest of you guys, as you're getting ready, you hear the clinking and clacking of stuff downstairs, and you're getting your various outfits and whatnot on. Hakuden, you hear the clinking and clanking from the back. And as you do that, you watch as this very large person seems to emerge from the shadows and walk into the back.
Oh,
These
Morning, Tiny.
yeah, Karana. Morning, Tiny, and you're like.
Tiny.
Pretty much. I mean, the guy stands about 6'6", and he's built like a boulder.
So same size as me almost.
Yeah, but I mean,
But bigger. Probably.
Like he might have orc blood in him somewhere.
right. You know, there's a guess that either it was orc blood or an earth golem. One of the two.
I'm just tall and lanky.
You're like, oh, that's where all the muscle I have here.
And you're hollering. You holler out to Tiny hi.
Mm-hmm.
He does his casual. And makes his way in the back.
If I do not see Mirren or Vistra, guys, there's a package.
Well, where? Alright, we're still in.
And I am
guys
specifying
just
to
said-
just
you guys
those
just said-
four.
I went downstairs.
Specifying to just those
Oh,
four.
sorry.
I'm assuming that the three of you are getting ready for the day, grabbing your stuff, changing your clothes, washing up, whatever the case may be.
What
Yeah.
package?
Do I need
Yes,
to roll to cook?
from cold.
From Cold?
Cold.
Cold. Where is package from Cold?
Outside the door. I cannot move it.
Oh, that sucks. If only you had somebody who has a lot of strength.
If only we had a barbarian.
If only there was a barbarian at the table. Oh, what's in it for me?
Whatever's inside that's yours.
Ooh, what's in there?
I have no clue.
Okay. Then it's all mine. Then I claim
No.
eminent domain.
In the domain.
I'm hoping it's part of it is my armor.
Okay, I will go downstairs and open the door.
If the door's already open.
Okay, I close the door.
And then reopen.
Open it again.
Are you going to take it off the hinges first?
Yes, from the inside.
When you reopen the door, you see also Hakuden is standing out there,
I open the door.
and
Oh my god.
and he's leaning into the box, and you notice the box is not moving.
Wow. I look over.
It's very
He's
heavy.
about-
This is my first good look at him that I wasn't tired off my ass or drunk.
Right.
So
He's about as tall as you, but
Okay.
he's half your size.
move over, new guy. Effigies. Can I move the box inside? Is there like a lip where on the door where if I try to push it?
There is definitely that entrance lip on there.
Okay,
But are you going to try and move it first?
I will try to move it.
What is your strength score?
I'd like to move it. 18.
18? Okay, roll me a strength.
Roll what?
Roll me a strength.
11.
You can move it, but it's one of those, oh goodness, this is a lot heavier than I had anticipated.
Oh, well, you weren't kidding me.
And it slowly moves. Ask your question, Tay. We will try to answer it our best.
So there's that wood on wood scraping sound.
Would you like some help?
Get on the other side. Let's see if we
Once he
can.
gets to the door, all of a sudden you watch Mirren just thunk as the lip of the box and the lip of the entryway meet.
Oh, so the box is bigger than the
No.
door?
On the bottom of every door, there's
Yeah,
that
there's a
little lip.
yes. There's a threshold.
Yeah, that threshold, the bottom of the box slaps into it and stops.
Okay.
I
Okay.
could attempt to assist.
I'm gonna lean into it and try to lift it up a little bit.
Good morning. You're back.
And
Yes,
are you going to assist?
Yeah.
Yeah. With the both of you, you manage to get it up and over the threshold and in. You hear the sound of wood scraping on wood. Tiny walks out.
No. If once we get past the threshold, I see it's scraping and stuff.
Mhm.
I'm gonna see if we can
You
carry it a
were-
little
There's,
bit.
there's still going to be the audible wood on wood at
Sure.
first. And Tiny walks out and just does.
I'm trying my hardest not to damage anything.
Vistra, where are you?
In the kitchen.
Yes, the link is still valid. I prefer that you're subbed, but it is not necessary.
Did you hear
She
my
might be barefoot.
message? What
I'm
message?
pretty sure the whole world heard it. That's me walking like I'm like almost at the bottom of the stairs.
I'm like, she's gonna tuck her hands up inside her poncho.
You guys all see the box. You see Mirren and Hakuden.
Hey, Tiny. You got a crowbar?
Walks around the corner.
Thank you. Because let's do it the smart way, not the hard way.
Why did you do that outside?
So we can bring it inside.
And then Tiny leans down, his head disappears underneath the bar for half a second, and he stands up with a dolly that has 4 wheels on it.
14-year-old me would have said something mean, but 15-year-old me is going to let it slide.
Your priestess of
And here's now that look again.
Well, this will be the first time you've heard me say anything.
Yes.
15-year-old me is it's a brand new day.
I'm a brand new orc.
I'm a brand new half orc, half wolf, half person.
I was telling you about that's not exactly how math works.
In character.
It's too early for this.
I cannot. How in the world do you spell the word necessary?
Necessary.
Someone click that.
Crap, you have to be power number 2. You saw this and you decided to go for it.
It didn't compute.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
Here, let's try it again.
Hey guys. I did the same thing with him, remember?
Okay. Alright, for real. There you go.
Alright. So you pop open the box. And as the box pops open, the first thing that you see is a note, a letter. As you pick it up, you see invoice written across the top.
Oh boy. Oh, well, I was going to be something. I actually work in trading, so.
Yep. So you see invoice written across the top. And it states three things on it. The first thing you see is armor. And indented is the list of the different armor pieces.
There's an armor set.
Underneath that, you see gift as the second heading. And there's
Gift.
2 entries. The first entry is all it states is scroll case.
Scroll case. Well, whoever got me a scroll case, they don't know who I am.
And there we go.
And I'm gonna look at Mirren.
This was
The present's
unnecessary.
not ready yet.
Awkward, wonderful meatloaf, you why?
I love the name. I'm talking the link mansion.
Whoa!
That was amazing.
Scroll case, and inside is indented on that one.
There's lots of indents.
Is plans for Mithril.
Plans for Mithril.
And
Ooh.
the third one indented on there is test Mithril sheet.
Test Mithril sheet. Ooh, that's mine.
No, that is not
That
yours.
is mine.
That was sitting
No,
on.
so
That
are
was
you
some-
near? You're in the kitchen, right? You
I'm
don't
in
hear
the
any of this. That's mine. She'll
that
never
was-
even know it got here.
And that was sitting on top of what looks like a very large box of hay.
I am going Christmas story on this.
What's the third object on the invoice, or is it the Mithril sheet?
That was the test Mithril sheet.
Exactly.
So it's you said gift had 2 things in it: scroll case and plans.
Yep, scroll case. Gift was scroll case, and then indented underneath that was Mithril plans, and the third thing was the test Mithril sheet.
Okay, so when you said there was 2 things under gift, it was the 2 in it. It was gift, which is the case, which is the plans.
Correct.
Okay.
So yes, I am going full Christmas story. Both legs straddling the inside of this thing and flip, flip.
So while you're
And so I
Both
put
legs
I take the
straddling
box
the
cover and I
inside.
put the box cover back on.
No, like just like
as you start whipping, are you like chucking?
No,
the
I'm,
bread
like,
everywhere?
You know, Tiny's not
pulling
going to be
like
happy with you.
Moses. I'm like pulling a Moses here. I'm like scooping it from side to side, like what is it?
As you do that, it takes
You're
absolutely.
parting the hayseed.
Yes.
The hayseed.
As you start doing this, you cannot help but get hay all over the place,
In my hair, on my clothes.
and you find slowly a jerkin vambraces, breeches, all of these made out of what feels like some sort of hide. However, it has a very different texture to any leathers you have ever felt before. But it is still supple, even though it has a very dense feel to it.
This was worth almost dying for. I'm gonna stack it up.
So you now have the equivalent of hide armor.
Nice.
Sweet. But it is the boulet.
It is boulet hide.
Perfect. Now I can write that on my armor.
Where did the there it is.
The
Yay.
scroll case takes much longer to find. But once you do, Mirren, as it's pulled out, I'm assuming you're going to immediately look into that?
Oh yeah.
Okay. As you pull it out, there's a lot of writing on it, and it makes absolutely no sense to you.
Because I don't speak
Because
Dwarvish.
you don't speak Dwarvish. However, you can make out the
Not-
diagrams,
Okay.
I do. Not.
and the diagrams, are talking about the bits and pieces you can guess are talking about how to temper it, how to smelt it, and all that good stuff.
Okay.
But without the text,
It's.
it's difficult to know.
I understand I understand it's IKEA. I understand the diagrams, but I might have leftover mithril.
More or less.
Okay.
Might have a lot of leftover mithril.
And then you find the test mithril sheet, and it is a 6-inch square male piece of metal. Rings all interwoven together, and when you pick it up, this thing weighs almost nothing.
Oh.
Feels like cloth
Ugh.
almost.
Ooh.
This would be cool if I wore armor.
Still.
I'll try putting it on.
Oh jeez.
I'm sure it's not my size.
It's only a 6-inch piece.
I'll try putting it on.
As Mister comes out and he's trying on.
I'm just like,
Mirren's
It's
trying on.
a square piece. It's a square piece. There's
I
no,
tried putting it on.
there's no armholes or anything.
So question, does this mean that to test this, we should pin it to her normal, shirt and shoot arrows at her?
You can do whatever you wish.
Please don't.
How about my warhammer?
I want to say no.
I'm going to assume, Vistra, that when the box was scraping across the ground, you would have heard it very easily.
Probably.
Would that have interrupted your cooking of breakfast?
No, I still would have tried to finish first.
Ilfikir,
Yes.
Tiny, take
you
over.
make your way down, and Ivara, you guys make your way down about the time that Mirren is cracking the lid on this thing. And
I will
you
watch.
see all of this stuff being removed. Pakudin, you're there for the whole thing.
I'm gonna look at him trying to figure out.
I will
the chain.
go let Vistra know.
What?
Vistra, there's a crate here from Cold.
Oh,
Karana and Mirren are digging in.
it must be
Was she
Karana's boulet armor.
When I entered the
I'm gonna look at.
when they
You
asked
train the armor
asked
to
me
it.
to join the
What do you
Oh no,
do?
she wasn't.
okay
Having
She's not
fun.
aware of that
I
offer.
can tell.
okay
By the
That's
way,
breaking.
Ilfikir,
Yeah.
you're not aware of the offer to Hakudin? Because, or no, you are, because the offer was made at the...
It was
Stage.
made before
he was at this okay
Yep, it was before I.
Oh, Ganga, welcome!
Haha.
Hey, welcome.
So,
How good are you with us permanently now?
yes I resigned my former guild this morning.
Congratulations.
Have you come to join the following of Mirren, of course?
What is crab?
Not
Whatever.
no
Do you have a religion? Do you have a deity?
I do actually.
Okay, 'cause I'm working on it.
Without saying, please don't. Krabby, I will put you on timeout.
How much do they know about me as far as do they know me or anything? Okay,
I haven't given them anything.
gotcha.
If he can't, I can.
So I know about as much as them as they know about me.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
So,
Okay.
I'm gonna look at Mirren while he's messing with the one sheet and doing really weird things. Be like, "Are you having fun?"
Oh, loads.
Okay, good. I'm gonna walk over, take a clump of hay, walk over and like try
Yes,
to
yes,
toss
you
it
can,
on
Krabby.
your
Yes, you can.
because I can't reach your head.
Darn.
No, I'm gonna take one piece of hay and go,
I am swapping out of my old
I'm gonna
leathers
mage
and
hand
getting
grab the
into
straw to
my
your hand
fancy
and
armor.
wrap you with
Do you
it.
have the stats for
doesn't
hide
bother
armor?
me
I
at
do.
all.
Good. Did it help you?
Yay,
Yes.
people!
Good.
I am no longer an AC of 13. I am now an
If I
AC
see
of
you-
16
If I see you
Okay.
16.
because of my poncho.
poncho
I
protection.
thought it only gives you +1.
No,
Plus
my
two.
poncho gives me a +1. The hide armor gives me a +2.
Plus,
Hide armor should be 12 plus 2 dex, right? Or is
Yeah.
it-
yeah.
Yeah, 12 plus
So-
2 dex. So that
Because
should
my
be-
dex is a 1, that means that's 13, plus my poncho is 14, plus the armor is 16.
No.
No.
No. The armor is 12 plus your dex.
That's how he told me to stack it when he said it was coming.
It's 12 plus your dex
So that's 13,
plus your poncho.
It's 14.
is 14.
And what was your AC prior?
14.
That's what I thought.
So it did nothing.
It at the moment.
Now you look you look fly AF.
At the moment.
Okay.
Oh, maybe?
The AC itself is still 14.
Okay. Perfect. It still looks awesome. I
It
love
does. I mean, your AC didn't change,
I thought it was-
but this is belay hide armor, something that has never been has never been used by any of you. So
I'd like to order a set of Dr. Leach's Kruthic armor, please.
it. But yeah, so I'm giddily getting into this stuff,
Mhm.
just like
Yeah, if you mage hand whack
So
me on
wait,
the
do
head,
you
I'm gonna grab
just
a comb
strip
and
in
chase
the
you.
middle of the...
my armor isn't. I don't have like. I don't have to get naked to get into my armor. I have clothing on under my armor.
Do you
Take a nearby
typically
wad,
wear
pour it out,
clothes
shape
under
water,
leather armor?
hold a water
Yes.
ball in my hand, and look at
Okay.
you like, come
Chafing.
on.
It prevents
Fair.
chafing.
Fair.
I mean, usually it's not anything like traveling clothes, but you do wear a second
Like Under
layer.
Armour?
Not a sponsor.
Small flavor text
But
for
we're
Pocket
open.
In. As I am pulling off the thing and shirt rides up, you would see a ginormous bite mark scar on the entirety of her rib cage down to her hip.
Yeah.
That looks like it healed very badly.
If you don't mind my asking, what happened?
Basilisk.
Oh my goodness, I wasn't there for that.
Nope.
Nope.
No, you weren't.
My eyes would be wide a little bit.
Basilisk. And then immediately afterward, a warping of a gate that turned me into a donut.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. I just see all the part where we just start laughing. I forgot about that.
Yeah, so I accidentally sent myself to the ethereal realm, and when she saw me starting to come back, she tried to interpose herself in that same space.
Not knowing that it would turn into an interdimensionary gate, which then turned my entire body into a lovely squirrely circle for a couple of seconds, which did not help my near-death experience healing. So, scar.
I'm fairly new to this as well, Hakuden, and while they are quite odd, they have good hearts. Especially Mirren, who is accepting offerings.
You will probably never get used to any of our antics. Just let you know that now.
But yeah, Basilisk.
And that goes for both of you.
Fair enough.
I mean, we did mention that
Oh,
we were dangerous.
haven't seen her cast a spell yet either, have you?
Nope.
Okay, cool.
I haven't seen
That's
anybody cast
fair,
a spell.
You have seen her
Yeah.
cast a spell though.
But yes, so new armor, yay! So let's get you your new tattoo.
Alright.
And I would hope by this point I'd be
Oh, heck
just about finished with breakfast, not dinner.
That was a long time cooking.
At this point, I will bring out breakfast
Yes.
for everybody.
And when I see Mister, I will relate the exact location that my spell told me of these weird feelings.
So is the boule armor the only thing that came?
No, there's this really nice shiny thing that I believe is mithril.
It was just hay.
It's
It
not
was,
even
it's your heyday, huh?
Mirren, it's not even large enough to be your loincloth.
Well, I mean, I didn't say it. You're right.
Where? Okay, who has the mithril?
It's on.
Ow!
I know.
Hold this. I'm gonna against you.
I got my sword.
I'm taking out my blade dagger and.
Oh, is that what we're doing? I pull out my sword.
Move the mithril and take the hit.
All right, hold it in front of you.
I'll heal you.
Like
So
I'm
who's
literally
holding
going tink tink.
All right, Bishra, you ready?
Mistra's holding the sheet of mithril.
How hard are you going after?
Not hard, like literally just a thump.
So when she does that, I pull my sword.
Watch
Do you
it
see me?
first.
I pull out my sword. I pull out my great sword. Shoot! All right, here I come. Get ready.
Hold on.
Wait.
Okay, guys.
Isn't this how we're gonna test it?
No,
Is this the only thing that came? Was there anything else?
there was a invoice note, but that's about it.
And it had. Did you find the scroll case? There's supposed to be a scroll case in there.
Yeah, because you looked at it, remember?
I handed it to you.
I lost it.
And this is what happens.
Hey,
When
Miss
he
Fatal
turns
Pillow.
15.
Hey, Miss Fatal.
And she's just in time to roll for the DM.
Yes. How can it? This dagger, it looks like a claw that was
I got a 19
Basically-
on my roll.
Oh, great.
modeling clay stretched. Like that's the best description I can give. Is that
This
it looks
is
like
not like any dagger you have ever seen.
Yeah.
It
That's
is
right.
perfectly cylindrical, but it tapers down to an infinite point.
it's
And it looks like it's made out of bone.
Oh,
tink.
what kind of strange weaponry that he?
Oh, you must not have seen the thing that's on my wrist. It's
Or my python staff.
And
or
I'll-
her ocarina.
I mean, it's hidden on my wrist. If you're looking at it this way, you see it. But
Hey, it doesn't.
you know, like Spidey's kind of. Okay. Well,
I'm
I
really tired, but I miss you.
push in something in my glove, and then it flings around. It goes fwink, and there's two
Wolverine claws.
long claws.
Let him describe it.
And so basically, it's you know, like from Diablo or from like monk weapons that have the claws on the end.
Mhm.
It's that, but there's only two of them,
It looks really cool.
and it hurts like hell if you get hit with it. Because it's a magic weapon that does magical piercing, and then I can also activate a special ability that does a lot more extra damage.
Ooh,
So
okay then.
So I'm gonna track down the
I'm looking for the other one. There's two
Scroll.
of these,
You can.
and it looks
Okay.
like bones.
Mirren,
Neat.
It's the claw of Malar.
Okay.
Murin.
What
Oh,
did you
come
do?
on, really? Is that what you call me?
no.
what did you do with the scroll?
I don't know. If I found it, I have it.
Yeah.
I didn't do anything
You looked
with it.
at it.
Yeah.
It was in Word. What did you do with it?
Oh,
after
I
you
couldn't
looked at
read this gobbledygook. I think it's from IKEA, but
That
but
was awesome.
they're
Ow! God!
for real.
That was really nice.
What do you mean that's better? You jerk.
And he seems to just pick on you.
He reacts the most to it.
So I couldn't read this gobbledygook, but it looks like it's instructions how to make mithril or use it. And you got the sheet of mithril, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But I don't. I also want that, so don't lose it, because I want to make mithril too.
Okay.
You know, that forge business I'm
Oh,
working
we're
on.
twinning.
Okay.
I would flip
Oh,
the
not 20.
dagger hilt around because this thing is literally like a foot long.
I
And hand it
can.
over to
I
the
will see
Arcane
about
guy.
translating it for you.
Thank
if
you.
it'll
Get it
help you.
copied. So I can go. So we can go to the steel wolf.
I might be able to do something with my spreadsheet stuff.
So that way I can give that recipe to the steel wolf standard, and they can make mithril.
That would be cool.
She's
We've already
technically
known
a
that one.
dryad?
Oh, by the way, you heard about the new forge in town, right?
She's technically a or?
No. The being that made this for me is technically a dryad.
I was asking you.
Yes.
Have you heard the news about the new forge coming up in town?
And at this point in time, you would have.
Okay. I do believe. Ooh, that's neat. I like that.
That's what's it? That's not Grayson. That's
Yeah, that was cool.
who's that I'm working with? I have his name somewhere. I know I have it.
If you're good, take business with him. You should.
Okay, fine. I'll look it up.
Mirren, when you do get your present, you have to name it Trapfinder.
No.
What present?
His name is Court.
It's not ready yet.
Thank you, Court. Speaking of, if I have some time, I'm gonna look for him.
Breakfast. New tattoo. You're done.
Mithril.
Okay.
I'm Mithril. I'm Mithril all the time.
It's a
I can't go
wood.
higher than one. I'm Mithril all the time.
I'm gonna search out. If we have time today, I'm gonna search out Court.
Okay.
Bye, Allie. Have a good
See
night
what
at
the-
work.
Have a good night.
I want to get the haps on what's going on at the Steel Wolf.
Alright, so while you guys are in playing around with the Mithril and figuring out what to do for the rest of the day, we are going to take a bit of a break, grab food, drink, stretch, and
Bless you.
Bless you.
blow our noses.
Easy and tight.
We will be back in about a half hour.
Woohoo. Yay.
I'm going to, before we go quickly to break, I was just going to walk up to Ilfikir and I'm going to show her something.
What are you going to show her?
Just this. I'm showing her something, and then when we come back from break, we'll talk about it.
Alright, so we will be back in just a little bit. See you after break.
Bye-bye.
What do you think?
Because now it's gonna be too hot to eat, so I have to wait for it to cool. But it was not hot enough before.
Alright, boys and girls, we have returned. Our break is over, and we have food. And Darian does not know how to sit on chairs properly.
She tried some weird like Kirk sit, but even more than that.
I know, right? At least I got the Riker sit down.
Did I say Kirk? I meant Riker.
I know you did. That's
Like,
why I
I meant
I
Riker.
could sit like this, so. Or sit like how I used to when I was a kid and get yelled at by my mom.
Right.
She's like, you don't need to crouch like a chicken, okay? Stop perching like a
Crouching chicken, hidden Darian.
Right. Alright, so you guys are finishing up your breakfast after having found hello again, Terry.
Welcome back, Terry.
You guys are finishing up your breakfast that Vistra was so kind to cook up for you.
How was it?
What did you cook?
Remember whose birthday it is.
Meat.
Awesome.
I'm thinking ham and eggs and hash browns
And they're all green.
and cheese.
Except for the cheese. The cheese is white.
That's just.
I made
Swiss
stuff.
cheese. The cheese is white. She's
Yeah.
Swiss cheese. American
Swiss
cheese.
Or it's
Or white
European
cheddar.
cheddar.
Which cheddar, yeah.
Alright, so you guys...
Promologny.
Promologny. So, you guys finish up your breakfast. What are you guys going to do after your meal?
Get him tattooed and initiated.
Newbie initiation hazing.
Yes.
Alright,
I'm gonna get beat.
so you guys remember what
I
happened?
have 5 weapons on me. I have to hit you with each one.
You guys remember what happened when you guys were initiated into the guild. How do you want to initiate Hakuden into the guild?
Same way. I'm gonna look at him. If you don't pass out, you'll be doing better than me.
Okay then.
Anybody else have words of wisdom before this happens?
It's gonna smart a little bit.
That's the Steel Wolf.
I seem to recall
Okay,
when
so
I first
that's
had
not...
my
That's not the
tattoo,
holy
it's
symbol.
different.
She wants the holy symbol right now.
Well,
I can send you the
since
holy
you've gone
symbol.
through it once, it might not be so bad, but it might be worse. I don't know.
DM. I'm gonna
Actually,
quickly
one
sketch
of
it
these-
out, and then I can send you the clean version of it.
That's the one thing we don't know.
Mhm.
Like I said, so you gave him the words of warning that if you don't pass out, then you'll be doing better than her. Ilfikir says it's going to smart. Anybody else have any last words for him?
I think he's the one with the last words.
And like, I told him, I'm like, I don't know if this is gonna hurt more or hurt less, because you've already had this done to you before, but this is gonna be interesting to say the least.
You also have to arm wrestle me.
And then I'm going to
You
go
will.
over to the second panel.
I'll
Are
have
you
you know.
going to bring him with, or are you just going to grab it?
Because it's how
sorry.
small is
It's
that back room?
Desecration.
It's definitely a back room.
Could it fit all of us without crowding?
No.
Okay, then I'm gonna grab it and bring it. Okay.
I'll have you know, during an arm wrestle, a dragon broke my arm. And I
then
walked
you
away
mended
from it.
One the same color as you.
Oh.
Alright.
So I'm like, good luck.
So they walk out, and you see, unlike the Honor of the Pride's lion head, which was an emerald, this is a ruby. Or do I have them backwards?
You have it backwards!
I have them
I was
backwards.
saying like I thought the stone was green.
I had it backwards, sorry. The Honor of the Pride was a ruby, and this one is an emerald. And,
Crap, you're not a sponsor.
right,
Bach Hotel.
they walk out with it, and you recognize, in a manner of speaking, you recognize that this is a guild jewel.
Right.
And do you remember what you had to do the first time?
I had to put my hand on it, and yeah.
All right. So once again,
Also,
I'm not looking up there. I have it right here.
oh, that's not good.
well, I mean, you could be Pan the God.
We don't know.
We don't know.
Right.
You may be chaotic enough.
Oh, what was I gonna say? Lost it.
And don't worry, you're in good company here.
Mm-hmm.
We have quite the arrangement ourselves. So yes, you recognize.
Sounds like something God would say.
So when you bring it out, how are you going about this?
Well, well, I'm gonna carry it so that I don't drop it.
Oh gosh, thanks, Faye. That's an awesome thought.
So yeah, I'm gonna be carrying it out like carefully so that I don't drop it.
All right. So with a bit of reverence.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think
Because
it
Eric
would,
would kill me.
I don't think it would break that easily. Because remember how hard we had to
I'm not
smash
taking
it.
the chance. I already was.
Do
I
you
already had
recall?
to be really careful with
Vista?
Eric's
I
longbow.
was gonna say,
What?
Victor, do you recall how she was?
Right?
What?
Yes, Crabby,
Oh,
yes.
You'll lose your patron because of her. So when she walks out with it, what are you going to do?
I'm gonna reach my hand out and hesitate for a second, then.
Okay. So you guys watch as Hakuden reaches his hand out and he sets it down on top of the statuette. And when you guys did this, there was really little anything that happened except for the results that you guys got.
Pain and an awesome tattoo.
And when this happens, you watch as be nice.
I'm surprised that nothing else like got off the table.
I know.
You watch as the boar's head does something really strange. You watch as all of a sudden the color shifts. And it's like these stripes run across it of the opposing emerald and ruby. And the boar's head stops as its natural color. And then there is this feeling that you all get, but it's not physical, it's internal, as if something pops.
My confusing guts are confusing.
As something pops. And then that energy that just went
She's had over 3 or 4 now.
sucks back in, and all of a sudden you guys feel that same energy rush back in. And Hakuden, I need you to roll a Constitution save at disadvantage.
Oh no. So funny.
Slightly, but yeah, no. Constitution, you said that'd be a 5.
A 5?
I cursed you, I'm sorry!
What was the second one?
The second one would have been 11.
Awesome. So all of a sudden you watch, and you guys remember your friend from the trial when you guys exited the nursery?
Oh, jeez. Yup.
Sarah.
Sarah.
The dragonborn that turned a different color.
She turned green.
The
You
copper
watch.
dragonborn. Yeah.
You watch as a gold dragonborn turns white.
Oh, catch him.
The pain that you feel is excruciating. It feels as though 100 bees are stinging your face.
Ow.
It burns and it just aches at the same time. And you guys watch as the marking of the honor of the pride that was covering half of his face, as it starts to disappear, it almost looks as if something is ripping it.
Well, now we know what happens when you switch guilds.
Hey, Eric.
And there is this angry red where that tattoo was.
Is it in the shape of the tattoo?
Yes.
Oh.
There is this angry red.
Laser removal on steroids.
And when it finally disappears, Hakuden, you are on the verge of passing out when it is finally removed. And then
No, and then.
Oh.
there is a second burning sensation that kicks in as you feel on your abdomen
Ooh.
something hot start to expand. And in the span of about 15 seconds this happens. All of a sudden it's done.
Better than sitting there
And
for 3 or 4 hours.
And Hakuden is covered in sweat. Your knees give out.
Can I try and catch him?
Your knees give out, and as they go to catch you, they realize that you are, in fact, no longer conscious.
How much
Well,
do you weigh, Hakuden?
I warned him.
271 pounds.
Oh,
With my eight strength, I'm gonna try.
No, this is too funny.
Together they have a strength of 18, so.
That's still only 180 pounds.
I know.
I call upon Mary! I call upon my tail!
Well, fine.
Between the three of you, you manage to get Hakuden on his back, laying on the ground. About 30 seconds pass, and you come to. And now, on your abdomen somewhere, I'm not sure where you're going to put it, is now the image of the boar's
It's
head.
very dangerous thing to do.
And I'm not sure if I've shown it to you, so I will pull it up. I have the picture here somewhere.
No, those are fries. They ain't no keto.
I'm gonna just stab her with a spoon.
What?
The spoon?
The hat's small, you twit. And I actually do have a spoon over here, so I can.
Where did I put it?
Guys, working techniques.
Great.
17, 18, 19, I
Me.
think. Really 17 and 18, I think.
Oh no, that one is 3, 2, 1's fifth set 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
Because
So what are you guys doing now?
You'll see Corona just kind of sitting there, like, well,
but then it's
I'm gonna start. I would like to actually take the time and look over the plans for the armor.
I'm gonna go.
And
I think it's just for Mithril.
you are not very familiar with blacksmithing,
Mm-hmm.
I can read dwarves, but I can't understand.
but you do look it over, and you can see that these are schematics on how to craft
That was like a
mithril.
Why don't you
And at the very bottom, you see a note.
I'm gonna, while they're kind of checking on him, I'm gonna go put the statuette away.
Sorry, but this is important that it's your ears only.
Okay.
I owe you $1.
Okay. I'm gonna start.
There it is. That's the image that's on your abdomen.
Gotcha. That would probably
I
be.
have that right
Oh,
here.
that does not show up very well on screen.
It's on my shoulder.
Yeah,
That's on my
you've got
chest.
Chest, ribs, left calf.
Where did Ilfikir's
Yeah.
go on to? I forget.
I don't think she told us.
The DM knows.
They
Is
are
it your
asking
inner
me.
thigh?
No.
Is it a tramp stamp?
No!
Ilfikir with a tramp stamp. That's funny.
Because I lift up my.
It's on her ankle.
You guys see.
That's
You
right.
guys see.
So I'll just keep guessing worse places.
You guys see across his abdomen is now the boy's head guild.
That was much more painful than I remember it being.
You also have the other one removed?
Yeah, don't remind me.
Yeah, dude, I think you're gonna have PTSD for that.
It is on her arm, football trick. I was gonna see how long I had him going.
Which arm and where?
It is on her right arm, like right on the below the shoulder.
Oh, it's really close to mine. Mine's right here.
Wait, yours isn't right,
Oh,
so mine's left. You're right, because it is opposite of Mirren's.
On my shoulder.
Oh. I will have to spell your name for her.
It's a goofy spelling. I shouldn't say weird.
There you go.
Oh, my head hurts. Good night.
Alright.
Right.
So you now have a new
I
member
probably
to
could
the
fall
guild.
asleep. Like, that's just before that.
We have a new
Over the
minion.
guild.
We have a new minion.
Yay, minions!
Sorry about the
Legitimately though, do you need healing? Because you look a little
You still look pale for
Put
a
some,
gold.
rub some dirt in it.
For a gold
She's the man.
for a golden dragonborn.
Look,
You look white.
His color is slowly returning.
I think I'll be okay
How
after a few minutes.
does that occur? How do scales lose their color?
It's magic.
You know,
It's magic.
the playlist today, though.
Oh my god, the shop, it was crazy. It was like
Was
70s and 80s music.
It
That's
was
amazing.
rock and roll 70s, 80s, 90s, and we went from everything from Smash Mouth to Johnny Cash
Oh
to
my gosh. Jeez, that's fantastic.
Backstreet Boys, and the entire shop.
Spice Girls.
Spice Girls was singing at the top of their lungs, and people were walking by looking.
That's awesome.
We had
When
more
your
singing
local
than
game
singing.
shop does karaoke on accident.
Yeah.
That would be so much fun to have at the store, at the shop.
No, I've heard some of those guys sing.
I don't care. That would be so much fun.
Tell me why.
No, we can't. We can't.
Well, seeing as you
You know,
once you recovered,
those are very good morals to have, Tay.
Check your phone. DM. Just that's the. I tried to draw it and
Not you, Tay. The other Tay.
it turned out really bad, so I just sent you the screen cap. I just
Okay.
sent you the picture.
That
I
works.
need to retake the picture of that.
I guess that's guys. I already took one of this one too.
Alrighty.
So,
So what are you guys up to now?
Is there one of you
do it this way. So
We were-
well, after you recovered, we were going to go investigate the weirdness. More specifically, I believe.
and we're
that
celebrating
Oh,
Aaron's
jeez.
birthday.
Oh, jeez.
What?
Happy birthday.
That's
you.
a really bad / interesting / See what I mean? It's awful, but it's also valid.
What?
I want to know.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll share. I'm gonna let the all-powerful Mirren contemplate on my wisdom as his priestess.
Maybe.
Maybe just the priestesses.
Okay, you heard of it read there, Patrick.
So, you happen to join the guild on my birthday. Awesome. Now we know when your guild anniversary is.
Anniversary.
I'm not the newbie anymore.
I don't think he's gonna forget that much pain anytime soon.
Yeah, no, that's pretty hard to forget.
No.
Oh, it's your
It's not about his
Oh,
pain.
God.
Every person who's ever gotten a tattoo ever sitting there. Oh my gosh, this hurts. This hurts. This hurts.
I want
Why am I
another
doing
one.
this? Why am I doing this? 2 days later. Ooh, I can't wait to get my next one.
Pretty much, they are super
Yes.
touching.
Am I the only one at the table that does not have a tattoo?
No.
Never mind.
In real life, out of character, I don't.
Out of character.
Out of character, I plan on getting one.
I keep changing my mind, and I'm so glad I've never gotten any of the ones that I was going to get.
I had
There was
plans
one
for
girl
2.
at DeluCon that
Mm-hmm.
what she said I really like. She's like, if I have a tattoo idea, if I still have that same idea in 3 years, I know I want it.
And for me, the one that I want, I still want it after that long. So.
And both of mine have meanings to them, so
So
especially
it's
this one.
seeing that it's Mirren's birthday. Should we not celebrate? I
made him breakfast.
I want to see if I can procure a horse and
Thanks.
remind the neighboring villages that it is Mirren's birthday and offerings
It
will
is
be
Mirren
accepted.
Day.
It is Mirren Day.
And offerings will be accepted at the Boar's Head.
What would you like to do for your birthday?
I don't know.
I thought we were gonna go check out the weird thing.
Yeah, if
Go
we're
kill
gonna.
some stuff for Mirren's
Oh
birthday.
yeah, never mind. I forgot about that.
Yes,
we
it
need to
will
go
be
look
a-
at that.
It will be a glorious hunt for Mirren's birthday.
Yes, to the hunt.
To the hunt!
By the
I'm gonna
way,
get you some ice, like
Yeah.
wrap your leg for your face. I just slowly put it on your face.
by the way, Captain,
Oh,
I swear this is not hazing, but you're legally required to call the Guild of Mirren's pack for the next 15 days.
it's
It was a
true.
bet.
It was a bet that he and Eric.
If Eric lost, we were supposed to call him Maddie.
No, if Eric
if
won.
Eric won,
If Eric
you're
won, we had to
supposed
call him
to
If-
Maddie.
Oh, okay.
I had
I'm
to.
glad Mirren won.
Yeah.
So is Eric.
So our guild's
No.
name is Mirren's pack.
Yep.
Mirren's pack.
Officially in paperwork,
It's
we
Mirren's
are
Yes,
pack.
Krabby.
Boar's Head. But
Bodies,
for
right?
Right now, we're Mirren's pack.
Gotcha. Okay. By the way, upon looking my shirt from that, you probably would see 2 amulets. Well, not amulets, but one is a ring on a string, and the other is actually a.
Sorry,
Okay.
the ring on a string. Thank you.
I like ring and a string.
And the other is a amulet. That's. Would they recognize Bahamut?
Mm-hmm.
Fancy
Okay.
names.
Very much so.
Okay.
That's a
So yeah,
magic.
the other one is an amulet of Bahamut,
Ooh.
Cool.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yes.
Fancy pants.
Yeah, the fancy.
or holy symbol of Bahamut.
Cool.
Neat. Ooh, there was a dragonborn in Whitebridge that followed Bahamut.
Never knew. So just.
He was at the library.
Don't worry, we can convert you yet.
I was gonna say something, but that was Alexis, so never mind.
Convert to Mirrenism.
So, traveling to...
Name.
I know I'm working on it.
Mirrenity. Mirrenity.
We've gone this far, but we don't have a name for it.
I'm going to quickly use my sending stone. I'll step to the side and ask Eric specifically if he knows of anywhere I can get a tattoo, other than Whitebridge,
I mean,
nearby.
No, that'd be about the best place to go. Most any other person you talk to is going to cause more damage than good.
Don't-
which,
Oh, never mind.
because I mean, in character, Corona and I were looking for that. So if
What
if I
about
heard any
Paul?
mention of that,
Or Ironhaven.
You never inquired.
We're never going back to Ironhaven.
Is there a possibility of getting one of the communication devices that you?
yes, she's
Sending stone.
she's
Yeah.
working on it.
It unfortunately costs 1,000 gold.
That's alright, Rock Couch, I understand.
And she's gonna I'm gonna mention to Eric.
I'll try to
like,
catch your hand.
what happened. So now we know what happens when you switch guilds. It's even more painful.
Wonderful.
Said the
Yeah.
person who didn't experience it.
Well, just by judging the way it looked.
Corona, do you still have that feeling, and are they getting closer?
Also, yes, how did you detect undead?
I have a spell which allows me to see 3 miles in every direction, and it allows me to sense both from a list of little things. I can sense certain.
Oh,
You can see for 3
Shoot.
miles?
No, just feel it.
I forgot.
Hmm.
What's on the table?
Magic burst.
That was after she did that.
That
The
was.
first
Yep.
time.
Okay, good.
But, oh, that reminds me. I want to show you guys something. I had a dream while I was looking over Ilfakir. I want to show you something I think I can do now.
Okay.
I was watching because you were acting. You know you were acting weird last night, right?
He slept in your room and watched you while you slept.
Respectfully.
Oh, thank you. You're such a good mirror.
This is why I
Such a
do
good
justice.
I worship all my stalkers.
We're right.
Whoa!
Sorry, that came
Whoa! That got dark quick.
I don't know how to go forward from that.
Stockholm syndrome.
That's one of those things that pops out before you restricted the burger.
Yeah, don't remember 2 on that
What-
one.
Oh my god! Where do we go from there?
Well, she's getting a tattoo with your symbol on it, so I guess that's how she worships you.
Well, cat's out of the bag.
Oh dear.
I don't think the cat was ever in the bag.
There was definitely a cat in a bag for a little while.
You didn't know she was getting a tattoo. Or inquiring
Alrighty
her.
then.
And even he in character out.
Where are we right now?
In the board set.
Okay.
Whoops. I didn't even realize that was me saying it, and then I heard it. I'm like, that was, oh god, that was me.
I worship all my stalkers.
Come with me. Everyone, come with me for a second, and I run outside.
I will follow
Well, to be
him.
fair, that is how. No, I'm kidding. I love you, Joe. I'm not gonna finish that because it's not clear to me.
Is there a tree line in town?
There's, yeah. I mean,
Okay,
it
like near to the inn.
It'll only take you about 5-10 minutes to walk outside
Okay.
the gates.
Okay.
So we're all just heading there, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I bring everyone to the tree line because technically you're supposed to be outside of a town when you use.
She
community
was.
nature. No, she's in the horse head, right?
No,
Oh,
she
you
was.
use it in
she
between.
Was, yeah, because she
That's
was.
right.
I was
Yes.
searching for a
Okay.
specific thing.
Sorry, I missed that part. But so I'm going to kneel down by one of the trees, and I cast Commune with Nature as a ritual.
And I'm going to assume that Her Honor recognizes this pretty quickly.
Oh, very rapidly.
Toddler.
Wow.
She's gonna,
But-
she's gonna start laughing.
No.
But there's something cool. There's something you're gonna see that you didn't see with yours.
There may be something. That was beautiful. What?
Hold on.
So is it complete? Did I successfully do it after a minute?
Yeah, we'll say 10 minutes passes.
Okay. I do want to say that even though it's a ritual, the card has it as 1 minute. So I don't know if it is a 10-minute cast or.
It's a 10-minute cast on the ritual
Okay.
plus whatever the casting time of the spell is, I believe.
So 11 minutes?
I think so. If I
Okay.
remember correctly.
Either way, yes, please.
No, thank you.
So, and I especially want the druid to pay attention.
Oh, I
As
want to homebrew this.
I'm sitting there almost meditative, and you guys haven't seen me like be calm and kind of a wisp, like a wispy collection in front of me, and it is a spirit wolf right in front of me.
I am going to focus.
And so since I get these things from an animal, is it going to speak in common, or do I speak animal to it, or?
It is only going to register in your mind.
Okay, but it's there in front of me, and they can see it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you guys see like it's wispy and it's got spirit, that etherealness to it. And I just to show it off, I just wanted to tell me a little bit about the surrounding area, the terrain and water sources, 3 miles away.
All right. So as you basically just say, "Tell me about the terrain,"
Mm-hmm.
you get. I need you to roll a wisdom save.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh.
7.
7. Awesome. So, as you do this, it starts talking about the terrain. It tells you about some of the rivers that are nearby. It tells you about a few of the small pools nearby.
And you guys see me bowed down, and there's that spirit, and we're just silent for a moment.
It's complete silence. And
Yeah,
are-
there you go.
you are, it tells you about the ocean. It tells you about a couple of the creeks and rivers. It tells you about the pond that you saw down near Ilandra's Grove. All of those. It tells you about something that you weren't aware of, a spring up in the mountains to the west.
New information.
a small spring of water to the. And then, as this is happening, all of a sudden you're hit by an energy. You've never used this spell before.
Uh-oh.
You've never used any spells
Talk with the with animals.
of any significance before, and
Yeah.
this one has some power behind it.
Yeah.
And having something affect you mid-spell is a brand new feeling to you.
Ooh, and I'm like,
You watch his entire body stiffen up. And it looks like he is physically struck by something. And you feel a strange energy that is not natural overwhelm you from about 3 miles north.
So, okay,
And
so.
it breaks your concentration on the spell, knocking you backwards onto the ground. And as this happens, the rest of you guys feel this burst of energy come from him as the spell ceases from the magic burst. And
Where'd the
Mirren,
fire go?
seeing as this came from you, I need you to roll me a d10.
Don't you dare tell me it's top of your. I 10.
10.
I'd stop Loromir.
Roll me another one.
That was a roll. 8.
For the next 18 rounds, you guys feel a wee bit weaker
Uh-oh.
and have a -2 to your hit.
Oh, great.
Ooh, lovely.
So that's what?
Half an hour, a little over, almost 45 minutes.
18
No,
rounds?
18 rounds?
6 times 18.
6 seconds.
Right.
6
times-
seconds around.
6 times 18.
Is like 3 minutes.
That's not even 2, because a round,
Is 6
a
seconds.
minute
I
is.
understand it. What is 6 times 18?
Hold on. 12 would be 2 minutes. So it's 3 minutes.
A minute and 48 seconds.
Thank you.
So about,
Huh.
yeah.
Just shy of 2 minutes. You guys feel weakened at the moment?
Ooh.
That's never happened when I cast that spell.
That didn't go like I thought it would.
What did you do?
But you guys see the wolf?
Yes,
that was
very
exhausting.
cool.
Did you know there's a spring
I texted you.
kind of to the northwest a little bit?
Yeah, but don't worry about it because it's only going to last for 2 minutes. It's really not going to affect you guys at the moment.
Right?
Unless we get
There was there was something weird though. Magic's new for me, but it felt like more magic, and it was like 3 miles north.
Ah!
That.
That's
That.
exactly what Corona would
Same
say
thing.
too.
All right, we'll get number 2 of
Your
that.
priestess has been assaulted.
Not in the way she likes. I was gonna say not in the way she likes.
I thought you worship all
That
of your
sounds.
That's
That
not a
sounds like
stalker,
the
that's
same
a creeper,
location
there's a
where I
difference.
felt the strangeness.
Any response to what he just said?
I just, yeah. That sounds like the same location where I felt the weirdness coming from as well.
Then we should go
Agreed.
because it's actually going away. If you said 2 miles, and I found that 3
I
miles.
was farther out than we are.
Then
Okay.
we should investigate. To the hunt?
To the hunt!
To the hunt.
Oh,
Oh,
You wanted to
Thank
do
you.
this spirit check?
Thank you.
Have you considered being a priestess of Mirren yourself?
No.
No, she hasn't considered it, so consider it.
I would
I'm
consider
kidding.
it.
I'm kidding.
I have no gods.
Yet.
I would consider it.
Well, if this thing is out there, we should probably get towards it.
Let's
Think
go.
of the benefit
Yes.
that could befall called if it was under the grace of Mirren.
When we get closer,
I'd stop
I'm
making fun of
going
you.
to scout.
How are you all getting there?
Huh?
Aw, thanks,
How are you
Tate.
getting there?
Walking!
You're going to walk?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, having recently seen and heard about the terrain, do I know of any hunting, logging paths?
You guys have also traveled this direction
Yeah.
before because it's almost in the same direction as when you went on your very first mission. And there's trails, there's
Dead trees with
Would you like me to go scout ahead?
If you feel so.
Fly!
Wait.
okay.
I offered to do that because I feel a bird in the sky is a little bit less conspicuous than a flying humanoid.
I can stay
How
low.
dense are the trees?
Off and on, but they're not super thick.
Okay, so even if I was hiding, I could still
I haven't seen anybody
Then
fly
I'm
yet.
going
So-
to
You
Welcome
guys
to the
are-
guild.
Have fun.
You guys are still in town. You haven't left yet. I'm asking for your plans on how you're going about this. You guys are going to start walking.
Yep, take the trail north.
All right. This is a roughly 3-mile walk from where you guys are.
Okay.
Yeah.
3-mile walk is going to take about an hour
Yeah.
to get
Alright.
to where you're headed.
Okay, then I will not cast fly yet.
That's why I'm making.
Yep.
And I will not hide yet.
We shall. Where's Nevara? Halfway back.
That's awesome.
A mile and a half away.
Sneaking.
Shall we hurry?
You guys.
She
make
doesn't know
your-
about hurry, does she?
Nope.
You guys make your way through town. You make your way out into the woods.
You said hurry, and I'm like,
And you guys start walking the paths, and a bit of nostalgia hits some of you as you recall the first mission that you were ever on, leading you this direction.
Oh gosh! With the splattered elf, right? Wasn't an elf?
Yep.
The splattered elf.
Mm.
The elf that Mirren splattered against the tree.
Yeah. I wasn't better
Elf
for that.
faced.
Listen, I actually wasn't technically there for that one. I came
No,
after.
you
You
weren't.
weren't there. Well, Elfikir wasn't.
How
Loxy
about
was.
how about the fact that this is actually a conversation in game? Elfikir, you weren't there, so now you're hearing about elf paste and splattered on a tree.
oh! Can we
What?
go back a
So-
little bit? I forgot. I did want to check in with Quirt about the steel wolf.
Okay.
I just wanted a report, like what's going on. Is it
It's only been a week.
like a week? Yeah. I just want to see how it's going.
It's going just fine.
Okay, just checking in. The maple kind, yeah.
There's really not much to report because we haven't even gotten our name out there yet.
Well, our new guy has heard about it. We just
It's because he's from town.
Court, have you considered making an offering to Mirren on his day of birth? On his
It's my birthday.
I'm working for him.
blessings of Mirren upon you.
Well, that's what we did.
Blessings of Mirren upon you.
I mean, that was what we did earlier.
Yes.
You didn't have one.
I
How
know.
can you have
I just want to sniff it. Okay.
If you're just gonna
Wait, Chrissy?
No, okay, you have to admit, that was some pretty good reflexes, though.
That was. I almost had it though.
I was like, no. It is dark chocolate, so that's.
I shouldn't be having it. We all know this.
All right.
do you want with
So
it?
yeah,
I do.
Quirt just looks at you a little exasperated. We just started this endeavor. It's way too early to have anything happen. But I have put in requests to build
Oh, that's for 3 balls.
out and hopefully be ready for anything that comes in.
What?
I am so sorry, Quirt. My priestess just said that's for 3 balls. So I got a little distracted.
3 balls for what? That's serious. Like, that's a lot of cards for that. I mean, the saving says 3. What creature has 3?
The chocolate one.
That's as bad as my candle moment!
I'm so sorry, Quirt. Can you repeat what you just said to me? We're building out.
In hopes of having much more coming in
Okay.
as the word gets out that we're here.
Do you need me to do anything to help? I know I.
It's your business venture. You might want to spread the word.
Okay. Obviously, I'm just asking if you need anything now.
No, I think the town can help with most of this work.
We're gonna head north for a little bit because there's something hinky that we sense.
Sounds good.
Okay. See you in a while. Crocodile.
What's a crocodile?
You know what a crocodile is.
And you can tell the difference between a crocodile and an alligator because one says in a while and the other one says see you later.
See you later.
Yeah.
There you go, chicken one.
Okay.
I'm still recovering from 3 balls.
Let's. Well, I bet you would be recovering. We continue north.
Yeah.
Come on, Krabby. Where's the number 2 on that one? That one's number 2.
Okay.
So sorry, Joe. No, you're not.
That one, I believe that she might be. That one felt like a genuine accident.
pause.
Like the look on your, like the progression of the look on your face as you realize what came out of your mouth.
That's hilarious.
That's for 3 balls. Does the package say balls?
Yes!
Yeah.
I read it out loud! Serving size, 3 balls! So Joe, when we get within
It
about
does!
a half a mile out
Okay.
from that location, I am going to beast shape into what's a decent day bird that's ow.
Giant eagle.
I'm not gonna be a giant eagle. That's gonna be a little conspicuous. Don't you think? But here's the question: do I want to be a raven, a crow, or a magpie?
A magpie? Oh, be a magpie.
Be a magpie.
I will be a magpie.
Is that what she's gonna continuously go, ooh shiny, ooh shiny,
Yes.
ooh shiny?
I did that anyway. But no, so she beast shapes into a magpie, and the one defining feature with
I
her
was
beast
gonna
shape,
say
which
something,
my
but I
gracious
said
DM
not.
allowed me as flavor text, is that you can see
Do we devour?
like basically a filigreed inlaid pattern on whatever beast shape I take of my horns in whatever feathers or fur
Holy
that she
cow.
has. So that's how you can tell it's her. So
And about the time that you decide to do this, Vistra, your ocarina starts to vibrate.
Oh no. Guys, there's.
Also, when we're within a mile, I would like to try to
There
pay
is
attention.
nothing to see.
Okay. I know it's dense forest, but I should still be able to see quite a distance.
I understand it. There's
Okay.
nothing to see.
Okay.
And then as you get another, about a half mile from the location,
My ocarina is starting to vibrate.
well,
you are not there.
You would know that because...
I will go look.
No, you're not there to hear her say that because you're now in bird form taken
All of a
off.
sudden, Mr. goes,
No, and she goes, oh, that's where I left it.
Better than down by the,
By you.
the washing stones by the river.
Goes back to my home. I dare not go.
Well, I think with all the laughing we've done, we've worked off those 3 balls.
Welcome to Loromir.
Welcome to the
Welcome
guild.
to Loromir.
that struck
My
me.
character's going, what the hell did I just...
And when we're within about half a mile, then I would like to fly ahead with Karana.
Do a reconnaissance.
Yes.
Oh, I will say over Boar's net, since those two have taken off, that my ocarina is starting to vibrate and we might be dealing with a rift.
Great.
That would explain the very strange feeling.
Well, and I can't see anything. You guys know I can see good.
But you haven't. I think the only rift they've actually been able to see is the one the Kraken was coming through.
Didn't we see the rifts down in the mines?
You didn't see a rift, you saw a displacement in the air.
Oh, okay.
A rift?
Oh yes.
Oh, we're rift hunters, by the way.
We should probably fill you in.
We closed like 10 of them.
Doesn't really know about the rifts either, does she?
Yeah.
Buster and her had one conversation because she asked about the nature of your ocarina, but she hasn't seen a rift.
Plus, would someone fill
There's
our
these
new member in?
What the hell?
there's these local
Are we looking after him
disruptions. There's these local disruptions of the area that things can come out of it from different planes.
Like
As
the
far as I
basilisk.
understand,
Kraken.
for some reason things are broken right now, and we're closing rifts, and so we're the rift busters.
How do we close these rifts?
Well, Princess of Cald does.
Our Thane of Called.
Thane of Cald.
Yeah, you said that if I,
Are you gonna be
I'm considering it. but
okay?
if
Then
you
I will
keep-
consider not making fun of you.
If you keep making fun of me, maybe I won't consider it.
What Mirren is trying to say is we would be honored by your joining his priesthood.
The rifts are one of the biggest reasons why he looks
PR.
the way he does.
Oh.
Because he jumped into a rift and basically died, and then was
He
brought
said
back by
she
Boar,
sacrifices her
Oh.
boyfriends to the rift.
and now looks like the avatar from Alar.
Gotcha.
Hey, Doc Holiday.
Oh, I thought I explained I have like a wolf.
Doc Holiday, haven't
Yeah,
seen you in
but you didn't
forever.
explain
Welcome, welcome.
Oh yeah. Did you just tell him that I died?
Well,
Yeah.
I
Okay,
told
'cause I
him
wasn't
that you
listening.
went into the rift and you ended up dying.
Oh yeah,
and
it killed me. This is my second life.
Yeah, and then you were resurrected by
He has 8
Boar and look like the Avatar.
And I just look the way I do normally.
She's just
Which is scary.
There's
to most
nobody
people.
like me.
kind of really like her either that we know of.
Is it green
Actually-
woman that I saw? No, there was 3.
Not only are half orcs kind of rare to begin with,
Say
but I
again?
also
There's
look
3
like a wolf.
people that I saw when I died. It was the
You barely look half orc anymore. You're just pretty much
the
a
other two
walking,
I'm
talking
drawing a
wolf.
blank
Yeah, with orc
Don't
features.
recall
Which
off
is
the top of my head,
actually
we'll have to
really cool.
Talk about that
Okay.
later.
Or contest.
on.
Wrong campaign, Doc Holiday. This is one of our homebrews.
Strahd is not dead. He is also not part of Loromir. In this situation, they're looking for a planar rift that is going to probably cause mischief.
I do have a question.
I do have an answer.
And Straw
Because hill dwarves and mountain dwarves do look different,
Yes.
correct? So does Vistra look like a mountain dwarf?
You look.
I thought we
You
answered-
do, yes.
Okay.
But there's. If you were to look at some of the normal features, hill dwarves tend to be a little bit more pale. Or not pale, I'm sorry. Mountain dwarves tend to be a little bit more pale than hill dwarves,
Mhm.
as hill dwarves do tend to spend more time outdoors
Fair.
and above ground. There is a slightness to hill dwarves versus the stockiness of mountain dwarves.
Okay.
Hill dwarves tend to have a very round face to them, and without sounding a little out of place on it, a bit more of a bulbous nose as opposed to the narrowed that mountain dwarfs have. Their ears tend to be a little bit more longer in the lobe on the hill dwarves.
Children.
You tend to
Polymorph
have
elephants.
you tend to have a little bit of each.
Okay. But not to the point where it would be super noticeable unless you're a dwarf.
Right. When dwarves look at you, it's a little bit. It is a little bit of a. As you don't quite look.
Your mother was a hill dwarf and your father was a
Smelt
mountain
of
dwarf. Okay.
So DM, as the two of us go on our reconnaissance,
They're doing that. I'm not gonna bother.
do we see anything being spewed out of a rift?
Interesting word choice.
Oh, and at this point, I will start to explain the nightmare that I had
Oh, lovely.
Oh, now you will.
Over Boar's Night or
over Boar's Night.
To just our group or to Eric as well? And
To just
Aaron.
to just our group.
Oh, did I ever tell you that I also have a tribe of like 30 orcs?
You didn't mention that.
Yeah, they're roaming around somewhere.
Ah.
And I can contact them with our shard, like our boar's net thing. Because I gave their leader one.
they've been roaming around.
All right. So as you are getting closer to this, as I said, your ocarina starts to vibrate. Hakuden, you are slowly
Your
but surely
table's ready.
being informed of the different things that these people have
Yay!
Gone through.
gone through,
There it goes.
and there is nothing visibly apparent, Karana, as you're flying about. But there is, especially being in bird form, you recognize that the air is different. When you're flying and the heat changes, the currents of the air really shift, especially from hot to cold. As you get closer to the mark that you felt, while you... Hey, TT.
Hey, TT.
Hey, welcome.
You really need to send me your logo because I've got Grouch, Couch, and Lich done. I need yours. You feel the heat push underneath your wings and start driving you up. It's a significant heat to drive you like that.
It's the heat of the
Heck.
moment.
And I am speaking over Boar's Net. Basically, anytime I'm speaking in beast shape, it is over Boar's Net, just so everybody can.
Thank you very much
Understanding.
for the sub,
And I'm-
Doc.
Thank
I
you,
you,
Doc.
Doc.
Woo!
Oh, by the I am projecting to the 5 of you guys because you did get your shard,
No.
right?
Nope, not yet.
Nope.
Yeah, he can't hear us yet, but
No.
Okay.
if he needs to know something, I can
I
tell him.
say we can relay it.
But yeah. Oh, that's weird.
What's weird?
What's weird?
There is a unnatural amount of heat coming up from under where I'm flying right now. It's strong enough to force me up.
So,
the air.
what do you see?
Nothing. But there's just heat.
I'm coming over to. I want to fly towards where Karana's indicating and try and go low and
Okay.
see what I can find there.
Okay.
Is
As
there
you
like,
start-
possibly like a volcano or something? Would I know what a volcano is?
Way up in the sky.
You would know from your studies what a volcano is, yes. As you get closer, Ilfikir,
Yes.
there is that waviness of heat
Okay.
that you see when things get super hot.
Yeah.
Heat distortion, yeah.
You also notice that a lot of the flora is starting to
Just from the heat alone.
from the heat, and it's a decent sized area. Your guess is it's covering about a 30-foot diameter.
Holy moly.
Okay. Can I? I would like to pour out a little bit of my water skin
Okay.
and use shape water to bring the water ball towards it and see how far it can go before it
It goes
acts.
It goes through just fine. It does not evaporate until you get to the center of this area, and all of a sudden it evaporates just like that.
Instantly?
Spicy lamb.
Instantly.
Guys, I found it. I'm not sure if it's one of your riffs, but I sent a ball of water into it and it evaporated instantly when it reached the center.
Yes, very spicy
Wow.
land.
That's not normal.
I want to try and
Jalapeno.
fly around it and see how.
As you do, all of a sudden you watch as something starts to emerge from the center of this area.
Thing, Mirren, there's a thing.
Where?
It's emerging from the wavy
You watch.
spicy land place.
You got him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
That
Well, Dia's done.
Illegal immigrants!
you
Well, they technically are.
you watch as from the center of this area, emerging from right where that ball of fire or that ball of water evaporated,
Yeah.
this face starts to appear.
Face.
You're not there yet.
Thank you.
Face?
Do I see it?
Yes.
Okay. I see the thing.
It starts to poke its head out, and you see it's somewhat humanoid. You can see a nose, you can see a mouth start to form. However, it has an extremely serpentine look to it. The face is very gaunt and pointed. Teeth, almost like that of a piranha, in its mouth as it's got this wicked grin. Flares coming off the lips float back almost like a catfish. And you watch as this mane on its head starts to ripple, almost like fire of itself. However, the thing looks as though it is made of scales and a leathery skin.
All I can think of.
And as it continues to come out, it moves in this very strange way. While it's wielding, what?
It's Mushu from Mulan. Aw. Can I react to seeing it come out?
Let me finish.
Okay, sorry.
Because you might be able to get some better idea here. As it continues to emerge, it has an extremely long spear in its hand, and it moves in a strange nature as it comes out. and you watch as the body, almost of a snake, starts to emerge. Longer and longer. And the ground underneath it starts to burst into flame.
Spicy fish.
Spicy mushu. Upon seeing this, I would like to cast Fire Shield on myself.
Okay.
And I choose the Chill Shield.
Yep.
Okay.
You cast
Fire
Fire
shield.
Shield. Chill Shield.
When you cast the spell, the flames provide you with a Warm Shield or Chill Shield as you choose. The
Huh.
Warm Shield grants you resistance to cold damage. The Chill Shield grants you resistance to fire damage. In addition, whenever a creature within 5 feet of you hits you with a melee attack, the shield erupts with flame. The attacker takes 2d8 fire damage from a Warm Shield or 2d8 cold damage from a cold shield.
Interesting.
Is that that's one of the new ones. You
So,
got, isn't it?
yeah, so when it hits me, it takes 2d8 cold damage.
Mirren,
Nice.
you see this too.
Yeah. Oh, that's right there. And I
I
point.
would assume Krana sees this.
As she says that and you look down, yep, there is definitely some serpentine
Oh.
creature.
It's a big snake.
I'm gonna immediately
I
lean
say-
in spear.
When I say it continues to emerge and gets longer, we're talking this thing from stem to stern is about 12 feet long.
Mister, can you close the rift on it and cut it in half?
I'm
Hey,
gonna,
that sounds familiar.
I'm gonna immediately start trying to close the rift.
Guess what, boys and girls?
Combat time.
Try
Combat
and speak
time.
to it.
What language do you speak?
I speak Common, Elvish, Draconic, Sylvan, and Celestial, and I'm gonna try and Draconic.
Okay.
And I'm going
I
to
just
try and
realized
infernal.
you haven't used your Elficare voice at all.
You have not.
I haven't.
So
You did
once you
last
started
time,
talking,
too.
so here's my train of thought. Like once you started talking about the languages that you speak, I was like, wow, you nerd. And then I remembered when I called you a nerd, you were like, you had your British like, no, I'm not.
Because you were doing Hermione Granger.
Yeah.
We will use him
No,
just
I-
because I have nothing better to use at the moment.
I spaced her voice tonight.
You did that as a 24-hour
It's okay.
stream too, but I don't.
I
believe you
I
were
was. I absolutely. Excuse me.
Whoa, what happened? No, I'm just kidding.
I will bite you.
I need a cloth, and you guys need a map.
Megalovania.
This needs to be moist. Yes, the Windex will work. I think it's right around the corner of the.
Not a sponsor.
Is that Undertale?
It is. Megalovania is from Undertale, yeah.
Okay.
You're gonna have a bad time.
Yes. On days like these.
Kids like you should be burning in hell.
So what I need you guys to draw is a 30-foot area that you guys are in, surrounded by a number of different trees.
Sorry. Aaron's like,
That was a lot closer than it was supposed to be.
sure. He just joins our guild and we're already trying to kill him.
So this is an initiation. You go first. Head first. Impress me.
It's my birthday impression.
Are you not entertained?
Get a minion. Oh, we probably don't need these diva cards anymore.
Probably not.
Well, you are very much a diva.
Mirren is a diva, a 15-year-old diva.
Oh, you're gonna just keep milking that 15-year-old, aren't you?
I'm much more mature now. I see the way of life. I see it in the trees.
Sure, my BS meter's going.
Alright,
I think that's broken. I don't think meters are supposed to be doing this.
right?
It's because
Draconic.
there's so much BS.
Please stop. You're burning the forest.
Oh.
No,
It does not seem to respond.
I will attempt in Sylvan then.
It still does not seem to respond.
In Common.
It still does not seem to respond.
Over Boar's Net. It's not heeding my requests to stop.
Do you speak Dwarvish?
No, I've just tried in Draconic, Sylvan, and Celestial.
I speak infernal.
I have an idea.
Inferno or
Yes.
Abyssal might work.
I speak Abyssal.
I use
Hey!
I use my cantrip speak with animals.
Do you say that out loud? Because I'm gonna look.
Not
into
sure,
it,
Tatum. It's a
saying,
good thought, though.
I speak Abyssal too.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Maybe it's animal.
My thought
So
is
you-
everything else that's come through has been closest to Dwarvish.
You speak in animal tongues to it?
Yes, I can comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts.
It does not seem to respond.
Okay, I didn't even say anything. Okay.
I understand you didn't say anything.
Sure.
But I'm giving you that.
Anything I would have
away.
said it wouldn't have like looked at me or it wouldn't have.
Every time somebody speaks, it kind of does one of these numbers.
But there was no like
there's no
light of understanding or anything.
Nope.
Okay.
I repeat what she says in Abyssal.
And I will land
I got 3 spells. I used one of them.
by Elfakir, transform back, and speak in Infernal.
Okay.
Celestial, Elvish.
Seriously?
I'm gonna go into
Dwarvish?
None of them?
Well, or maybe it does speak.
Can't.
Maybe it understand thieves. Speak in thieves can.
Thieves can't is technically a written language, not
Upstate Urban Say.
Last ditch effort, Druidic.
Ooh.
Seriously?
What did you
It
do?
does not. And after you all
They may
make
be
your
ignoring us.
introductions, it then looks at you, and in a language none of you understand, it shouts something.
That doesn't sound friendly.
Noonish.
As it looks over its shoulder, toward where it came from, and you watch as a second one starts to emerge.
I said I was going to start trying the second it started emerging.
I understand.
Can you describe the area we're in again? You said 30 by 30.
It's about a
clearing.
it's a roughly 30-foot circular area surrounded by trees, but everything.
So 30-foot radius.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it's not definitively circular.
I think aside from elemental
And
And gnomish, we pretty much have the entire gambit of languages covered.
Mm-hmm.
I speak Orcish.
So
I'd laugh if it spoke goblin.
do me a favor and roll yourself a performance on trying to close the rift.
Come on, Vistra.
Headphone users rip.
So that's a
I'm like,
30
why is there
something?
something stuck to the mic?
That would be for
And we'll use
performance.
this for the second one.
Eraser shavings? Oh, that's
35.
Nice.
As you start to play your song, it is something that you are starting to become much, much more familiar with, and it's becoming easier to play this song and infuse it with your energies.
Mm-hmm.
And you recognize
There's the clearing.
that whatever's going on here, the energy of that rift is forcing back on you, and your song has nothing
Do you have Vistra?
as an effect.
Because we're missing Vistra and we're missing
I think they're on.
Vistra, Ilfakir, and
Right down the table.
and
They're
Corona.
probably up here.
Most
No.
of the time. No?
They might be in the mini box then.
No, we haven't rolled initiative yet, and I remember your roll, Krabby. It was a 20, right?
I had a 19.
Ow, was my thumb.
I think it was like a 3. I didn't write it down. I know it was wrong.
Corona.
Who's Vistra? Who did you want to use for Elfakir?
Yeah, I'll use her.
How close do you have to be, Vistra?
It's
You guys, when this all kicked off, you guys
It's
were
dependent.
about a half a mile away when this all kicked off.
I've got a little clearing and everyone's in it.
I
Sort
understand.
of.
When you started playing your song, when all this stuff started happening, you guys were
Krabby,
just,
come on, man.
just under a half an hour away, or half a mile away.
You already decided my
And there was
initiative.
no response from the rift when you played your song.
okay.
Alright, well, what's
I'm gonna keep playing as we're walking.
Yep, I
what's
understand.
my next roll?
And you get right up into that clearing, and the two creatures have emerged. Karana and Ilfakir, you guys are right there in the clearing.
Yeah, it might be a 20.
I need you guys to roll me initiative.
Alright, I know what mine is.
Well, I will take everybody's initiative, but Karana and Ilfakir will have one round before you guys show up.
I'm using a lucky point.
No, Luna, the 6 is what I get to do next. He rolled a
Okay.
3 for me before break.
So
4?
now, mind you, it's with advantage, isn't it?
It is. You're right. I do get. Well, he rolled again. So
He's the other one.
do I get to roll again?
Krabby, roll 2 more times. The first one will go for this. The second one will go for that.
Okay. Okay. So his 6 is gonna be my next roll. The one he does now is gonna be the advantage for 3.
And then,
Okay.
And then
so
if
you got a
you
6
have
for this one.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
really?
6 again.
Okay, 7 then.
Okay, so 7 from Mirren, and then whatever his second roll is your advantage on this one. Hakaden,
7 altogether.
How do you roll 4 times?
You get them all under
Ilfakir.
10.
16.
Karana.
11.
Nice.
Notice how the nice went down the swing.
20.
Very nice. And Nagar.
10.
I'm going
Really?
first. Seriously, you guys.
No, you're not.
Well, okay. I'm going first amongst the party.
Okay. You're not going first according to the initiative sheet. Alright,
Where's my D4?
so
Never higher than a 6.
That's not.
as you guys,
That's not this set.
as you
There it is.
drop to land in the clearing, and as Ilfakir is making her rounds about the clearing, Ilfakir, put yourself somewhere in the around there, wherever you figure you would be at this point in time.
Okay, I would have landed to address.
Karana, whereabouts would you
Well,
have landed?
hovered.
Basically beside Elfakir.
Okay.
I'm hovering like 10 feet in the air.
Beneath Elfakir.
How big is the rift?
Slightly to the left.
Like, can you give me a dimension?
It will be in the center of that.
The center of the clearing?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
It will be in the center of
Okay,
the
that might
clearing.
adjust me slightly then.
Yeah.
Please
And
hold.
it will be roughly. Oh, let me double check this.
Like a 10 by 10.
It will be a 15-foot wide, covering a 5-foot square, so 1 by 3.
Okay. That is a big, chunky boy.
Yep.
15 foot wide, 5 foot. Well,
Okay. No, it's fine. It's fine.
because it has to come through this way.
Yeah, so it's 15 feet
Well,
wide.
Yeah, it's 15
No,
feet.
it's right. It's right.
Which way is north?
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Why
But
are you
technically,
laughing?
north is that way.
Oh, that way? Okay.
Mirren. Technically, north is that way.
Okay, so it's 15 foot east by west, and it's 5 foot north by south.
It covers that area. Technically, it's 15 foot wide and paper thin.
Sure. So
Either
these
way.
creatures are 15 by 15. They're massive
They,
or huge, or whatever it is.
they're large.
Large. So they're 10 by 10.
Yes,
But they're 12 feet long.
but they only cover a 10-foot area because of the.
Copy,
leaves.
copy, copy. Sorry, I was confused.
And that thing's trying to.
That one's just emerging. The other one is emerged.
Oh.
And the one that is emerged, after making its shouts to its friends, turns and looks, and who is nearer, Karana or Elfakir?
Ilfakir.
I am.
It looks at you, and with its spear,
Yeah.
it drops it down, holding it, and with the speed of all serpents you've ever seen, launches forward at you. And covers that distance that fast.
Not friendly.
And strikes out at you with its spear.
Everyone stay back!
The first attack is a 15 to hit,
Does not hit me.
and it goes to swing again, and the cold that is emanating off of you
Yes.
seems to catch it off guard. You get a 16 on your next roll, by the way.
Who?
You.
No, she
No.
just did a roll d20.
Oh, you rolled d20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. The second attack, it starts to swing at you, and it gets real close to you. And that cold that's emanating off of you seems to catch it off guard, and its next swing goes really wide.
Yay!
Vistra,
Mm-hmm.
you are closing the distance.
Yep.
We'll say this round will put you just on the edge of the clearing.
I can close the distance.
I will find my way.
So from there, is there something you would like to do?
Cool. Does it take basically my full action to continue playing the song?
That is your action to play the song.
I also run really fast. I have a 45 movement speed.
Oh, gotcha.
And none of my spells are bonus
So I'm going to be slightly ahead of you guys as I'm catching up. Can't let my priestess get hurt.
Aww.
Birthday boy.
Actually, what
Get him.
I am
Second.
going to, even though I didn't see it, I am going to follow Ilfikir's lead, and I am going to expend a bardic inspiration
Mm-hmm.
to align myself with cold.
Ice Queen. Oh, that played too.
Do I want to
Under
do?
pressure.
I'm gonna do that as a defensive aura.
Okay.
Because to use a bardic inspiration should be bonus action.
Yep, it is. Because it uses the same type of action as Bardic
Yes.
Inspiration normally does. Anything
Which
else from you, Vistra?
is now a D10, by the way.
Which is
Cool.
nice.
Yeah.
Anything else from Vistra?
Nope. I am going to continue to play my song.
All right, Ilfikir.
Yes. I am going to fire off my other new spell, and I am going to launch Synaptic Static.
Okay.
What
And
is
they
that?
need to make me, and I'm going to do it here so it hits both of them, but not me and Karana.
Okay.
And they need to make me an intelligence saving throw.
And beat.
A 16.
Okay.
No, it's more like.
And
Like
what
a
happens?
chain lightning.
A target takes 8d6 psychic damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one. If either of them failed the save, they have muddled thoughts for the next minute.
Ooh.
And during that time, it has to roll a d6 and subtract the number rolled from all of its attack rolls and ability checks,
Ooh.
as well as its constitution saving throws to maintain concentration.
That's cool.
Now, is that
Yikes.
The target can make an intelligence saving throw at the end of each of its turns, ending on a success.
All right.
But at the end of its turns.
Yep.
Did
Yep,
either of them
exciting.
fail?
Roll your damage.
In the name of Mirren, how dare you strike his priestess? Ooh, 5, 10, 15, 27, 29, 32.
32.
32.
Well
That's
done.
pretty good.
Well done.
All right. And how does that spell look?
How does it look? All of a sudden, there's these little crackles of electricity and static that just kind of wisp around them like a miasma and
So-
vibrate.
That's cool.
As you do this, you watch as each of them cringe and kind of shake their heads.
Do they look like they're shaking it off, or
You're not 100% sure.
okay?
What?
I'm gonna stand there as like,
Are you going to do anything else?
can I bonus action try and intimidate them?
Sure. How?
In the name of Mirren, back off!
Gotcha.
I'm gonna shout at them in posture with a whopping intimidation of 11.
It does not seem to work.
It might work.
It does not seem to work.
It was worth a try.
You tried.
And next will be the other snake-like creature slithers out.
It's kind of like a big owl.
I wish I had another snake-like creature. As it approaches on the other side of the first, on Ilfikir's side.
Oh, okay.
It's not concentration, yay!
And it attempts to attack.
It has to move a little bit more. 5 more feet?
It's got the movement for it.
Okay, it'll attack Ilfikir then.
It's both of its
Attempt to.
attacks. Both of its attacks seem to miss by a significant margin. There seems to be a glassy look about him.
In the name of Mirren!
Karana.
Yes. So this thing just went rah.
You watch
Both
your
of them,
priestess,
both
like,
of them
raging
approached
water.
with great
Love it,
haste
you're
and
doing
started
great.
attacking Ilfikir. And you guys are familiar with snakes, seeing some of them around there, and they are moving that lightning fast.
Lovely. So,
And there is a definitive heat emanating from both of them. Palpable. You guys can actually feel sweat starting to pour out.
alright.
And the ground underneath them is charred.
Cool. That's gonna be.
Ooh.
They come from the elemental plane of fire.
Uh,
Ooh, that might be super effective.
That's my next thought.
Blastoise use hydro pump.
As a
Well,
bonus action, you can command your priestess and move her up to 30 feet.
jeez. Then what I'm going to do is one of my favored spells. And I'm going to cast Call Lightning.
Okay.
And I'm also going to use my bonus action to put shillelagh on my staff. So,
Nivara.
Yes. I'm going to move up.
You will be at the edge of the clearing within 5 feet of Vistra.
Yeah, that's where she is.
Well,
Oh, copy, copy.
we're further back.
Okay.
I'll give you 5 feet in any direction around her.
Okay, I'm right next.
Oh, it's
to her.
Lord.
I'm surprised I started it.
Because that's.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see it.
So now
Surprised
I
you didn't one
can
up me
see
with
all of
crap game
this.
with Price is Right.
You are very
Okay.
aware
Right
of it,
rules.
yes.
At least 5
What
foot.
did you put?
Yes.
200.
Okay. Then
Crab
I
music
want
was what?
to.
Yeah. That. It's okay if you do it though.
Let's see.
Your priestess has got you.
So now where I am right now it's scaled to what's on here.
Yes, it's 5 foot.
Okay. I'm saying like
Mm-hmm.
now is where it actually is. I'm not still running. Okay, I'm going to hide.
Where?
Oh, that's right, it's clearing.
Well, in the trees, right?
That's why I was asking. Where?
I was gonna say these are just thick trees. You can hide behind those for easy.
That's what I was planning.
In your armor. Isn't your armor hide?
She had. It's like a turtle. She's like. Bloop.
Laura, use hide!
And go!
Nighttime.
I can't do that with this dress.
I don't want to get Twitch fans, so.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to move over towards some of the trees and hide.
Okay.
Cause Skulker.
To be fair, you're really not showing that
So
much
move here to
information
make sure
I
you're
have,
sitting
so.
in the tree line.
What if I try to do that?
So that is a 22 to hide.
Okay.
And then
Zombie.
so it's
Oof.
Oh!
Wow.
I'm going to
Well, if anybody survived, I'm glad it was you. So.
The priestess!
I'm going to pull out my longbow and try to plink at one of them.
Okay.
When your deity favor rolls over.
That's because I am hidden. As far as I know, I'm hidden, correct?
Yep.
27 to hit.
That's gonna hit. Which one are you
Wait, that's
attacking?
higher. That is higher.
Which one are you attacking?
I'm going to attack the one in front of Ilfikir.
Which one? Okay.
I'll look.
Color number owl bear.
Color number owlbear.
No, actually, that's 9. It's a plus 9.
Yeah, because you updated all of that.
Well, no, it's because it's a plus 1. I forgot that it was. I have to add 1.
But you upgraded your dex too.
I did. So.
Oh, it's a Lesta. The Lesta.
yes.
And because I believe I am
Princess
hidden.
Sunflower.
Yes, you do get sneak attack. Okay.
Smucky, smucky.
Yes.
That's actually not, well.
It's not horrible.
6 just from that.
And which weapon are you using?
My longbow.
Okay.
6. 16.
Anything.
I
25 points of piercing damage.
And as the arrow strikes into this creature, it buries into the flesh and burns up almost immediately into flames.
Ooh.
Okay, that's not gonna work.
Well, it just means you can't get your arrows back.
Yeah, I know. Okay, and then I'm gonna stay here for now.
All right.
And just
And you guys hear a noise. It's very faint, but it sounds almost like something growling. Mirren, Hakuden, which one of you two wants to go first?
Prove yourself.
So you are within 5 feet of Vistra as you move into the clearing.
Which one is Vistra?
This
The
one.
blue and purple one.
I need to repaint her. Well, I need to finish painting her.
Okay,
Well,
so
painting party.
Yes.
I'm going to cast Frostbite.
Okay.
Ooh.
Nice.
I need 2d6.
you
You
know
got
how
it?
many?
Yeah, just if I can borrow.
No. He said 2.
Just two.
Oh, I know.
She can't count. That's why she has paper.
TRAPS.
Hang on a sec. I think it has to make some sort of a save.
We know TRAPS.
So it has to make con save.
Which one?
We'll go purple.
Color number purple one.
Color number purple one.
And what is the con save?
Con save would be 15.
I think a 21 saves.
That it does. So I don't do anything then. In which case I, as a bonus action, summon my spiritual weapon.
Nice.
All right. So you guys, Vistra in particular, you hear him casting a spell. Nothing happens, and then all of a sudden you watch bloop. And what is your spiritual weapon?
It is in the shape of a hammer with a dragon's head as the hitting portion.
Nice.
Ooh.
Nice.
So somebody, if you could, place a spiritual weapon wherever Hakuden says it's going.
Right behind the
Right here?
hickey, yeah.
Right there?
Good spot.
That way
And
the-
it gets an attack.
Yeah, so that's gonna be. Oh, shoot, is that one guy?
Mirren, I hope you know what you're doing. You're going to be within 15 feet of Vistra when you get out the clearing.
I should be ahead of him.
You'll be within 15 feet.
Oh, I am.
Sorry, it's been a while since I used this one. Spiritual
What?
weapon.
Roll to hit, add your wisdom modifier.
Oh, okay, thank you.
You're gonna put me to sleep.
Oh, spellcasting ability modifier. Gotcha.
And seeing as it's both of your classes are wisdom modifiers.
Gotcha. So it would be 1d8.
Roll to hit first.
No, yeah. I suppose I should do that, shouldn't I?
I don't care. I'll do what?
Maybe.
11 plus
Your spell attack mod.
7, so 18?
You hit.
Yay!
A spiritual weapon
Spiritual
that actually
weapon
works.
actually hits!
Yes! You are proving yourself.
He is. He hit with one of the spells that never hits.
So 3 plus 4, so 7 points of damage.
7 points of damage. Very nice.
So
And
wait,
that brings us to Mirren.
is for spiritual weapon, is it just your spell
Wisdom
mod?
It's
Or is it your spell attack bonus?
it's your spell mod.
The spell mod.
Okay.
Yep.
Mirren, what would you like to do?
Sorry, I was looking at Discord for a second. Yep. I am going to take out my steel greatsword.
Yep.
And I'm going to charge in yelling.
That would be a double move.
It should.
You're finishing your move off within 15 feet of her, and then you get your action. That's what I was doing with everybody.
Okay. I have a high walk speed.
I understand that.
All right.
That's why you got more than everybody else.
Everybody
Okay.
else was within 5 feet of her. You get the extra 15 feet.
In that case, I will take out my spear +1 and I will throw it.
At which one?
Color purple worm.
Okay, roll to hit, please.
Would it be flanked?
Do I get flanking for that?
Because the spiritual weapon's behind
it.
counts. Spiritual
Sounds
weapon
right.
does not
Oh,
count
okay.
as that.
Copy.
Um.
I couldn't remember.
Okay.
That one, I don't count spiritual weapon that way.
Right. That's I don't either. I couldn't remember. So thank you for the clarification.
If I'm recklessly attacking,
Okay.
do I get to roll again, or do I have to use one of the two rolls that? Because you had him roll 4 times. And they were
That
both
was
left.
that was your advantage roll.
Yeah.
So you have to use those.
Okay, then my spear does not hit. I can guarantee that.
What is the total?
It's going to be. Well, maybe it will. 17.
You hit.
I do. Okay.
You literally can't miss this thing.
If I a couple more points than I probably could have.
I mean, it was a near miss.
Okay. Great. Then my spear, which is now probably sticking out of it, is gonna do that much damage. Not great. That is going to do 8 damage.
Nice. And as your spear buries itself into this creature, you watch as steam starts to radiate out from it, but unlike the arrow, your spear does not burst into flames.
Hopefully, because it's +1 and it's decent. It's good quality.
And that brings us to the top of the initiative as the salamander that was attacking Ilfikir
That's what it's called, huh?
now looks around.
Natsu! Bad Natsu!
Looks around and realizes that this is definitely not a simple fight, and it roars again. And as it finishes, you watch as its entire body lifts up, and it now towers over you by almost 4 feet.
I'm trying my best to, stare it down like a brave priestess of Murin should.
It brings the spear around in a flourish and ends holding it like this with the spear pointed down to you and drives its entire body behind it down toward you.
Oh.
So I'm going to take this time to say, I appreciate your bravery, but know your strengths.
That's sad.
And it rolls.
Don't tell me the number. Wait, no, you can.
I have to,
Okay.
because you have to tell me if it beats your armor class.
Okay.
It rolls a 17 to hit.
It hits. Because, okay, clarification. For lucky, I can make a creature attacking me re-roll their attack roll. But I have to say I'm using the lucky point before you announce. You can announce the number, but not before you say it's a hit or miss. Which makes no sense to me.
So are you using a lucky or not?
You know what? No, I'm going to save it in case I have an absolute crap roll.
And as it drives down, it does strike you.
And then I get to roll the cold damage, correct? And also, did it deduct at 6?
From being
Oh,
feebled.
yes.
Oh,
I
Nice.
Need that, and I need that, and I need that.
it takes 10 cold damage if it hits me.
Oh, it definitely does.
Yeah.
And it strikes you a lot harder than you had anticipated.
Okay.
As it does 18 points of piercing damage as the spear drives down and tears through.
Okay.
And as it does, the heat emanating off of this weapon
Hey, at least it
does
covers.
another 5 points of fire damage to you.
Okay, so 23.
And how much from the shield?
It takes 10 cold.
Nice.
And you watch as it reels. You watch as your shield bursts and the entire body reels in extreme pain.
Ooh.
And as it does, its entire body dips down to where it's now on its chest, and you watch as the body undulates, and all of a sudden its tail whips out right at you.
Damn, I wish I still had that cold steel.
And does a 15 hit?
No.
The tail just barely misses.
It doesn't like cold.
Vistra.
Yep.
It is your turn.
At this point, I'm
Which
going
one
to
struck you, the
keep
worm?
trying to close the
Okay.
rift.
Okay.
But I'm going to try to focus more on the fire note.
Mhm.
So focus my song on that note
Mhm.
to try and close the rift.
Roll me an intelligence, real quick.
Oh.
Just straight intelligence.
Add your mod, yep.
Maximum.
Well, 21 if it's just,
Just your mod.
yeah,
So
21.
21.
Yeah. If it's Arcana,
Every single time that you have ever been about a rift, the
Yeah.
only time that you were able to close it was when Dwalin was present as well.
but I mean, in my dream, I saw him going that way. Can I scry on him?
You could.
I'm going to scry on him.
As you look into your ocarina and try to scry on him, let's see. Oh. There is an image of him running,
Just keep running.
and there is what appears to be creatures following him yet again, similar to the one that you saw following him last time.
Mm-hmm.
And he is, it does not seem so much that he's running away from them as he is trying to get somewhere. And the area looks somewhat similar.
You had fun. Yes, I did.
I mean, it's a leap, but as your brain tries to put together what you're seeing where he is, it looks like a distorted version of where you ran into Tick and Tack when the animals went crazy.
So he's close, but he's not close enough. Crap.
Who's here?
Is that Mel?
Okay,
It's
yeah,
Mel.
it is.
Stranger.
I was like,
Stranger danger.
No, it took me a second, then I heard the door and I'm like, it doesn't feel like anybody that shouldn't be here.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
All right. So that's what you
Hello.
see when you scry. We'll
Yay,
count
it's
that
an
as your
aurora.
bonus.
Wait, what?
We'll count that as your bonus.
Oh, cool.
Thank you, wise and generous and gracious DM. Would you
Yes.
like a mirror entry?
Thank you.
That's my
Then I
Person.
am going
since I'm
to.
trying to become a deity.
That's nice.
It was really simple.
I can't draw with crap
Thank
though.
you.
I am going to use one of my new spells.
Okay. Once we finish up this round, I will be wrapping up for the night.
Okay.
And
Just stamp it.
I am going to cast. Alright, let me find it quick.
Ilfakir, you're on deck.
I need it to make a I need color number purple worm
Okay.
to make a wisdom save.
I'm gonna catch up to you first.
I rolled a
You
17.
don't, I'm gonna catch up to you first if you
Dang
don't
it.
Okay. I plan to get behind it because I need to strike the thing
Shoot.
that struck my priestess.
That's a bummer.
Was that a save or suck?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
it's a 4th level spell too.
I'm sorry.
I'm sad.
It had no wisdom modifier either.
That's sad.
That's even worse.
So
I
it rolled
know.
a 17,
It rolled a 17 straight.
which is one more than the
Oof.
save.
Oof.
Yeah, that makes me sad.
Alright, you have movement if you're going to take it.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm moving up and over.
Alright. Ilfakir, what are you going to do? Karana, get yourself planned.
Yes.
Let's see. Mirren's pretty far back from me.
I'm on the way.
You know that he's quick, so.
And you saw me hit the purple one with my spear.
Are these considered
I'm
They are large.
Look at me and the Princess of Cult. I have the many dragon scales.
I am going
Really?
to
She's my other hand.
Just do it real quick.
tidal wave.
Tidal wave?
Tidal
Good.
wave.
Good choice.
They have to make a dex save DC 16.
They do.
Okay, they still take half. They are just not knocked prone.
Thank you.
I have an idea. Yes!
Ah, you both made it. Good job.
You're in with one.
So did I get one extra or did I get my one back?
You just get the one back.
In this case, you get the one back.
Oh, lame.
Ooh, that's still not bad. 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18. They still take 9, and it's, a wave of water goes crashing down on them.
How much?
9. It also, the water spreads out across the ground in all directions, extinguishing unprotected flames in its area and within 30 feet of it. So it just whoosh and then whoosh.
Hydro pump.
So the clearing essentially.
Actually, no. You watch as it all goes up in steam.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh, that's.
Ooh.
Well, at least hopefully that helped the land a little bit. Right? And that's.
It's getting pretty steamy.
Yes.
That was good.
Anything else over here?
No, unfortunately, that's all I can do.
You watch as these creatures reel from the attack.
I'm assuming
And-
being doused with water isn't fun.
No, they do not seem pleased with what just happened. And the
That was a pretty quick one, Krabby.
so does a 18 hit?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As the other one uses a flourish himself, only this time he brings it around horizontally with the blade and goes straight across.
I used to roll my 2d8 though, at least.
Yes, you do.
Because that lasts for 10 minutes.
Ooh, nice. What are these things? I don't like it. Maybe I shouldn't hit this thing.
You take 12 points of piercing of slashing damage
Okay.
and 5 points of fire damage.
Okay, so 17.
Yep.
And how much damage did you do?
13 cold.
Yeah.
I rolled an 8 and a 5.
Some pretty cool damage.
Right? And what was my total? Sorry.
13.
Thank
you took
you.
13.
No, I took more
No,
than 13.
yeah, sorry.
I did 13.
You
Oh
took
my gosh, 17.
I took 17.
And its second attack does not seem to strike you, as the
Thank goodness.
cold from you seems to make them reel in pain.
Nice.
Corona.
I am bringing down some lightning.
And I'd
Okay.
say your bravery is noted, but you're not a melee fighter.
Add the damage up.
It works for me.
And I'm going to drop it where it can hit
I
both
can't
of
math
them
right now.
on
Okay.
the diagonal.
And what's
That's
your
what my
save?
brain said. It didn't feel
A
right.
15.
I make it on both of them.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to get out of here soon. I just didn't want to take the AOs.
I need to stop making
Disengage.
things.
I know.
You're much, much better at a distance.
Right?
Oh yeah, I'm hurting.
Alright, so that
Oh,
But
it did too, Krabby. You just didn't see it.
I appreciate your
Additional
valor and
damage.
your
Yeah.
dignity.
I mean, it's how
Oh, wait,
how I've been
actually,
doing it for about
Usually it comes in two
once I started doing it, I started to realize that all I have to do is meet or exceed my mark.
I mean, I have potions too, but
If you, yeah,
And I start
my
from zero,
hope
so
is
it's
to
much
get
easier.
close enough to
much
do
easier to add than it
things,
is to subtract.
but at the same time,
And
I
I've
don't
already
want to
run
take the
that.
AO.
Yep.
Then if I disengage, then I kind of wasted them. So
that would be half of 13. Lightning damage. And seeing as I just watched an arrow go up in flames, I'm now going to put away my wooden staff.
Probably a smart idea.
It is
Well, hold on. You also noticed that Mirren's spear did not.
But you do know my spear is excellently made. It's a +1 spear.
So it's magical.
probably. It's masterwork at least.
I'm gonna look like Link with a Deku stick.
So you're gonna test out
Yep.
whether or not this works.
And if you shillelaghed it,
Welcome
didn't
back
you?
again.
Yeah.
Then I think that actually gives it
Welcome in.
magical
But
properties.
Yeah,
it's
but
already
it gives it a
magic
+1.
anyway.
So roll a hit.
But
My AC? Oh, it's only 15, but I have lots and lots of hit points.
16.
I have.
I'm going to be giving you
Okay.
quite a bit of AC.
I love watching them go. I missed.
No.
That's my base pool, and that's my okay. Now it's getting serious.
Oh, I have to do that
Yeah.
with you too.
It should be okay now.
What's that?
I have to do that with you too. I have to give you your second.
Oh,
But when you get your
yeah. He gave us a different health point.
When you
That's
do
right,
shillelagh,
shillelagh.
you get
Thank
your
you.
wisdom modifier.
Welcome back, Luna.
11
It's
to
something
hit.
I'm doing for this.
So that'd be 21.
Just a theory.
DM,
Gotcha.
I was kindly reminded that my shillelagh gives me my wisdom modifier for my attack, so that'd be a 21 to hit instead of an 11. Instead of the 16.
The 16 still hits, so a 21 is
Yeah.
going to hit more.
It'll just hit it harder.
It just hits it better.
Does this?
It's
is
the
this,
difference
oh, that
between
hits.
this and this.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like when I did
That's a
Taya's face?
plus 5 to your damage
Would you like
instead
to
of a
fight
plus
Do your
4.
damages.
Oh,
Yes, the
It's going to be.
Yeah, you cannot loot horde.
I tried to break it.
10
I just wanted to
points
see
of
if I could
magical
break it.
bludgeoning.
To which one?
The loot
Color
horde.
number
I tried putting in 0.
Is
Purple.
Corona within range to hit either of those?
purple.
Yes.
Yes, I'm diagonal to purple. I'm
You
not
said
quite
10
to the other
damage?
one. Yes.
Okay.
10 magical bludgeoning. Piff.
Alright, anything else? Well, no, you're done with that. That was your bonus in action.
Yes, and I'm looking to see if my staff is catching fire from snacking this
It
thing.
is not. However, there is a significant heat still. I need, well, no. We'll worry about that later. Nagara, you all hear that growl is significantly louder now. And it doesn't seem to be coming from anywhere and everywhere at the same time.
Lovely.
Ooh.
Well, that's not good.
That doesn't sound friendly.
I'm going to.
Mirren and Hakadin, you're on deck.
You wanted
I'm
to
gonna
go
say at this
first?
point I'm going to drop.
So you can buff the shit out of it.
Oh,
I'm gonna
sweet.
drop my bow.
Nothing makes Mirren happier
Okay,
than
I
buffs.
thought so, but I wasn't
Drop my ball.
positive.
You should also consider becoming
It's
a
not
priest.
one of the classes.
Priest
One
of
the
Mirren. Almost said that wrong.
Hey, if Bahamut's okay with it, I'm more than happy to have it. You can be a
Makes sense though
dual
from the base
citizenship.
of the word.
Dual citizenship.
I mean, technically,
So
there's
what are you up to, Nagara?
I'm going to drop my bow and
nothing saying
move
you couldn't.
twice. I'm gonna dash, go in front of the purple, and I'm actually going to pull out Cass's sword
Okay.
because
Be okay.
it's magical, and I'm gonna try to hit it with it.
Alright.
Hey, do you know you have the hiccups? Okay.
Oh,
Did you
shoot.
use that hiccup?
I'm sorry. I've been forgetting something.
Uh-oh.
You just smacked it with your staff.
Mm-hmm.
And as you do, that heat that radiated from it hits you like a wave.
I wondered.
And you take 6 points of fire damage.
I take 3 points of fire damage.
Okay.
That's a 22 to
Fire
hit.
resistance.
That's gonna hit.
Tiefling.
Okay.
And you're attacking the purple worm one?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Purple worm.
Lord.
That is 9 points of magical.
And as you strike it with that, you take 6 points of fire damage. And I need you to roll a wisdom save.
Ouch.
Nice.
Oh no! Oh no!
What'd you roll?
Really bad.
And all of a sudden, the red curtain falls.
No!
Not again.
You guys watch as she reels from the burst of fire that lashes out at her,
I've never seen this happen to her.
Nope.
and the fire wraps
Never
around
seen.
her, is absorbed in, and then bursts out has this translucent red aura covering her almost like an armor.
Well,
And
let's
her
break her skull again.
eyes, and her eyes go from just a little bit of a red to red.
So
Not
I get rid
again!
of these dice.
But
Yeah, so I got these.
Yeah, then Crota would say that too. Not again!
What's not again?
She's lost control of herself. I had to almost break her skull last time to fix it.
Oh,
Welcome to the guild.
Right? So, Mirren, Hakaden.
Hakaden.
5, 10, 15.
That's silly.
Hmm?
Tay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sucks.
That's silly.
Hang out here.
Yeah.
Ooh, what does that do?
That's.
I guess say no, please.
I don't have sticky.
Oh yeah, sorry.
We won't do that to you because, well, you know, complaining is a natural thing to do about your bosses. We all complain about our bosses.
That's my boss, and I complain about him all the time.
It's
She
true.
really does.
But he deserves it.
Was
Like,
it
I
a
never
wooden
make
bond?
unfair
Wooden
complaints, I should
bond,
say that.
yeah. And what that does is it gives you a +1 bonus to AC and saving throws,
Ooh.
and you have resistance to all damage.
Ooh.
Oh, good God, that means you take 1/4 damage now?
Yes!
Well,
If I hasted him on top of that,
I take
Super
half
weird.
elemental, but if it's a physical, so bludgeoning, piercing, slashing, I take 1/4.
Right.
super mirror.
Yes.
Happy
As,
birthday.
We're open.
what's that?
as warding bond.
Oh, jeez.
But any damage that he takes, I take as well.
I almost took that spell.
Don't worry, I don't take a lot.
Oh, see, now
Well,
that I disagree with.
I'm going to
completely.
also, as a bonus action, cast Shield of Faith on you. So +2 more AC.
Is Shield of Faith a cantrip?
Nope, Shield of Faith is a first
Yeah, he
level.
won't let you.
He won't let you.
No?
You can cast a spell,
Okay,
a leveled spell,
okay.
and a cantrip. That is it.
Okay. Even though it says it's a bonus action.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
But
Fair enough. Fair enough.
in the case that he's running this campaign, you would be able to do like your action, so attack or whatever, and then you can cast that spell as a bonus action.
Gotcha.
Gabby, it's Mirren.
Gotcha.
What do you mean?
Okay.
He is super. So says his priestess.
Oh my god.
In that case,
Yeah.
that changes things slightly.
Game.
I appreciate it though.
Yeah, no.
I love the idea.
Does that
but
bother
that's
you?
half the reason why I did it that way, because it can be
that kind of broke.
way too
Does that
far.
bother you?
Gotcha. So, no,
Okay.
No, I find
not
it
a problem.
hilarious.
Okay, because it looks like it was bothering you.
No,
I can cut it back
I
if I
will
need
have
to.
to.
no, it
wait
doesn't bother
on
me.
that,
I'm really amused.
And I will have to stay within 60 feet of you.
Okay, I tell you that I plan to go behind the one that
Is
struck
more
the priestess.
super.
He's more super.
It hurts my head.
No,
Why?
he's the mostest.
Why?
He's the most superest super Mirren.
Oh my lord.
Anything else, Hakaden?
Where's the
Yeah,
throwing thing?
I'm gonna
throw
move
it.
so that I can maintain the 60 foot.
I think it's over.
5, 10, 15. Or, sorry,
I intend to be right here.
You intend to be right there?
Yep.
Okay. So,
This does the DM no good. When it's
Oh,
moving
thank you.
from the DM.
20, 25, 30.
What did I roll?
It was a 15.
I win.
Okay, so yeah, you'll be well within as long as because it's a 60 foot range. So I will move there, and I don't have anything really I can use as a bonus action at this point in time. So I will let my hammer do its thing.
Oh, your spiritual hammer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hammer time. Dun-dun-dun-dun.
That's it.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
But definitely can't sue us.
So that'd be a 17 to hit?
No
That's my
less.
hit.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
And that was that one, okay?
Yeah, that was purple. Purpley. Ooh, 5, 9.
Alrighty. Mirren.
Okay, so I'm still screaming.
Yep.
Perfect.
Sorry, that just hit me sideways.
That's fine. The other one is a ranged spell. So.
I am flanking with Ilfik here.
I believe I get an opportunity attack on you.
Can I share the space with your hammer or not?
No.
Can't the hammer float above me?
No.
No? Can I push the hammer out of the way?
No.
Can you move the hammer, please? Since
Not
it's
on
still your
this
turn. We share the initiative order.
He
Yeah.
already attacked with it.
Can't it attack and move?
No.
It can't?
spiritual weapon can either attack
Okay.
or
I would have had to move it on
Yeah.
my
All right,
my turn as
Aeon
bonus
even.
action.
Alright.
Wait, stop.
Hammer time.
Let me count because I might
go
be.
the other way.
Yeah, hold on. Yes, I go the other way around. That takes all my
Take it
movement.
for the long way round.
While I'm going the long way around, I unsheath my greatsword
Tomorrow, what do you say?
and I strike with advantage. With flanking with Ilfikir.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I don't strike because I take the nat 20 that we've had
Okay.
that nobody else used, which I'm happy for.
You guys should really keep an eye on that.
Because he could have used it too.
I'm just really, really nice about not using them.
Can I use my advantage to try to get another 20?
Sure.
Okay.
No super critical?
No super
I
critical.
was saving it from your.
I appreciate that.
Oh, and I wasn't even. I'm not in attack mode quite yet.
Because that gives me 4d6.
I gotta have work for the long way round.
I'm in attack mode, but probably not for the right people.
What was the big smashy hammer?
Although to be fair, that creature's right in front of me, so it's only once the creatures are dead that I'm
26 damage with the greatsword.
We'll
Nope, I take that
care
back.
of
As long as he doesn't
33.
crush my skull.
And as you slam this thing with your great sword, you take 5 points of fire damage.
2.
2. Oh.
23 is what you said?
You take 23.
23.
I take 2 fire damage.
So would I? Let's see. I got resistance to fire,
You would take half of that.
so I take 1 point of damage.
No,
So
you would
he
take
takes half of my
the-
half?
No, you would take half of the damage that he did. He would.
Yeah. So
So
I
you-
took half.
You take.
You would take. It would have been 5 damage.
So 5
You
damage
would
to
take
him.
half
I would
of
take
the
half.
5.
Okay. So that would be
2. We both take 2.
Alright.
So you do not take half of his total damage. You take half of the damage done to him
Okay. Okay.
because you share.
But that was
his-
fire damage, correct?
Correct. So whatever. Just explaining the spell the way that I understand it.
Right.
If he gets hit by something, for example, if he got stabbed by the
You guys
spear and I
split
did
the damage
13
between the two.
damage to him,
Mhm.
you would take 13 damage.
Right.
And then his resistances would kick in,
Gotcha.
And I'd take 6.
and you would actually take 3.
Okay.
The only reason why I was asking is I'm resistant to fire. So
Right. I'm
that's-
explaining the first part of it.
Okay. Okay.
You would
Gotcha.
take the damage that was rolled, and
Gotcha.
then any modifiers after that is taken into account.
Gotcha.
I swing again.
So that
So in
was-
theory, you would only take.
I swing again and I say, "You will not harm my priestess."
Okay.
Aww.
That's still probably it. That's a 22 to hit.
That is its yes.
That'll still probably is.
Priestess is flattered. I have to wear my
13
wearing
damage.
when I play over
And you
Just
take
remember the
another,
plus one is-
and there's another 9 points of fire damage that goes out.
So we both take 4.
So 16.
And
And as I'm swinging away, you're not even hurting me.
as you guys start
you
the
just
new
get
round of initiative, you watch as this clawed leg steps out,
Oh.
Close the damn portal.
I'm trying.
and that's all you see is a clawed leg.
Does it look like the other two?
And with that, we will say goodnight, everybody. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate the follows, the subs, the chat, all of the fun that we had tonight. Big shout out to Syrinscape for the audio that we use. And stick around for 1 quick second because we're going to go pick on one of our new friends.
Woo! Yay! Which friend are we picking on?
Can we get a picture?
Whoop, whoop.
Something like here, I'll get it.
Yeah, I don't know that.
Yeah, we learned you don't have your
Yeah,
phone.
would you like to take a picture of
Oh,
your
did you
arm?
leave it at home?
Yeah,
We think so.
Yeah, they're home on the car. Right?
Yeah,
So-
actually.
That's my first picture on my new phone for this like D&D.
Yay!